What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto.
Data blackout. All eyes are on
you. Breaking news. There is an astronaut conducting an emergency repair on a global communication satellite that could go dark at any moment. We have a second angle on this.
Is that guy on FOMO?
Oh yeah, just like me for crazy trade.
Yeah, let's get back to it, everybody.
Opportunity cost is simply this. Every position you take is a position you choose over something else.
This just in. According to the astronaut's FOMO account, highest in the room, the satellite has been restored.
Yes.
For now, the crisis appears to be over.
Satellite's up and running. Position's looking good too.
There we go. United States of America representing. Socialism, communism does not work.
Digital assets. Is it better to move money at the speed of light through everything?
People are greedy when they also try to acquire gold. I am here providing electricity and that energy that is necessary. I am the modern day Tony Stark. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the breakdown of this Friday, August 21st, 2026. And you're waking up. If you woke up today, God bless if you woke up today. You're looking at the markets. You're finally looking at the markets. You're like, finally. Oh, thank God. I've been praying on my knee. Oh, my Lord, the green candles. This show is sponsored by Midnight. Midnight is the title sponsor of this show. Also, Polymarket. Polymarket is the official prediction market sponsor. Sing along with me of the breakdown. Also, Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet, one of the most secure wallets in our industry. Okay, within our industry. If you are feeling uncomfortable and uneasy using some of these cold storage products, my dog bark, products, then I would advise you to go ahead and look at Cake Wallet, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, and Monero. Go ahead, download it on your app store, at the app store. The dog messed me up, man. The dog messed me up, man. Goddamn dog. Also, download it on the App Store or what is it? The Google Play? Google Play, okay? Or go to cakewallet.com. Man, I always do a great job with Cake Wallet. Look at me. Let me do it again. Cake Wallet, one of the most secure wallets in our industry. You can go and download it at the App Store, Google Play, or go to cakewallet.com. Also, you can get yourself an old iPhone that you don't use, factory reset it, and get Cupcake. Not the type of shit that you love eating in the morning, okay? Lunch and dinner. I'm talking about Cupcake, the software. Put it onto that iPhone and maybe store your shit there. I don't know. I'm just saying, putting it out there. FOMO. I'm coming for the entire leaderboard. I'm telling you right now, I'm preparing to come out the entire leaderboard. I'm preparing to be number one. Numero uno. Family. FOMO.family. FOMO.family. Go type that in. FOMO.family. And go see what people are doing, what they are trading. Why are they trading certain things? See what the thesis is behind why they are going into certain assets. All right, let's go. Also, look at Gokhshtein.com. Let me bring it up here real quick. Let's go ahead and bring this up here. Let's bring Gokhshtein.com up here. If I can find the goddamn button, bring it up here. There we go. Gokhshtein.com. You can visit that for all your latest news. Whether it's crypto, whether it's TriFi, whether it's sports and politics, we report on everything. So you can go ahead and give us a try. Listen, there are a lot of people that are now bookmarking. They are coming onto this site. I appreciate it. 100%. We appreciate it. Digital assets. Look at this. Let's look at what's happening with digital assets. By the way, Cold Card. I saw this and there was and somebody asked a question to this. And let me go ahead and Cold Card releases security firmware addressing the $114 million exploit after AI-assisted review uncovered additional bugs in the USB handling and seed generation, now requiring physical. Yo, listen, I gotta stop here. I'm not trying to FUD. I'm not trying to FUD Cold Card. But bro, now you found more additional bugs. I don't even know how anybody will feel safe. I mean, I'm not fudding. I hope the company corrects itself, but I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't be. By the way, right now I'm kind of looking at all cold storages and like, yo, I'm pretty like, I don't know. Let's go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin clears 77K as $1.24 billion. Liquidation wave clears use. Oh my God. Fuck the shorts. I said it. Screw the shorts. I can care less about the shorts. Look, this feels good. It feels good that Bitcoin is moving the way it's moving. So I had people call me. I've had people text me. I have people DMing me, asking me, yo, Dave, is this it? Are we running? Are we running? And I'm telling them, look, man, I still think there is another pull here. I'm talking about another leg down. But like right now, I'm wearing a green suit, okay? I'm wearing a green suit in celebration of the green markets. Let you see this real quick. I'm wearing the green suit in celebration of the green markets. We deserve this. We deserve to see some Some of you guys are seeing green candles for the first time in your lives. Y'all are seeing a God candle, and this can be considered a God candle. You're seeing something like this for the first time. You've never seen this before. Y'all are probably in shock. Right now, there are a lot of people that believe that they are sidelined. I don't believe people are sidelined. I don't believe it. I believe there is still a chance that we will. And by the way, you can't predict where the market goes, but I still believe there is another leg down. We might see the 60s again. We might even drop into the high 50s and then go sending. I'm just saying. But if you believe that the market has bottomed, DCA. DCA is your best friend. I keep telling everybody that DCA is your best friend. By the way, of course the suits are on point. I'm the only one out here that can rock a suit and make it look good. Okay, I was born in a suit. And I'm not the suits from Wall Street. I'm talking about I was born in a suit. I love fashion. I know how to put fashion together. I love it. The suit, I am the suit and the suit is me. Anyway, enough about me. You're already watching me as I'm laying it down for you. The easiest way to go about all this shit is DCA. It really is the easiest way to go about everything. Stop running, stop chasing, stop buying tops. DCA. If, hypothetically speaking, let's go ahead and look at the markets real quick. Let me plug in the markets. We'll use G Markets, which is a product of Gokhshtein Media. Let's go ahead and look at G Markets here. Currently, total market cap is at $2.69 trillion. Not bad. I believe we go to 10 trillion this cycle, maybe even higher, but I'll keep it at conservative numbers. We're up 6.18% in the last 24 hours. Total volume in this industry is, or excuse me, I should say in Bitcoin, 285 billion. Bitcoin, 77. Ethereum is woken up at 2,400. BNB, 678. Solana at 91.45. Right now, if you want to get into Solana, guess what? DCA, you get in at 91. If it goes lower to 88, you get in at 88. Goes lower, get in at 82. But at least if you get in right now, 91, and if it goes to 100, you know what you got to go ahead and do. Let's look at the heat map. Everything's green. Everything is fucking green. Except whatever this is. Well, what is this? Whatever this shit is, it doesn't. Oh, and Monero. I don't know why Monero's down 2.5. That's not 2.5. 2.2% is down. That's kind of weird. I would think Monero will be up. No reason for it to be down. But Bitcoin has made a move, man. Bitcoin has made a move. 77,313, up 7.2% in the last 24 hours. Total market cap 1.55 trillion. Total volume is 68.2. So correction, 68.2 billion. The total market volume, was the number that I expressed before this. And you can see, look at this. Look at it. It looks beautiful. It just looks beautiful. This is the 1 day, 24 hours. Let's look at the hour. I mean, it is rolling nice here. 30-minute, still looking good. It looks 1 minute, like fucking 1 minute chart. But look, on the 1 hour, it looks great. Looks great. Standard chart for those who don't know how to read candles or charts. All right. And we got a lot of talking going on here. A lot of people are talking here. Obviously, you can go to gmarkets.io. It'll show you the sentiment. It'll show you some of the top people in this space talking about said asset, okay? You stop into the Bitcoin page, the coin page itself, you'll see people around social media talking about the asset. let's look. Performance in the last 24 hours up 6.69%. 7 days up 22.49%. In the last 30 days up 16.81%. Still down on the year. So still negative 31% on the year. Who knows what happens? Nobody knows. Could it go ahead and cut half into that number? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But if you're not using gmarkets.io, and we got more things coming, more upgrades, more tools for you guys to go ahead and use for free. For free. You're not paying anything. It's free. There's no paywall. It's free. You come on here and you can learn about this. Okay, you can go ahead and learn about all this stuff. Learn everything. Look, you can see the G score, which we put out. Right now, Bitcoin's at an A-. And I'll break down why. Again, you can go ahead and stay ahead of the markets by going to gmarkets.io. Shout out to that. But again, the markets look good. Markets look good. $2.7 trillion total market cap right now. And total volume for the entire market is 283.6 billion. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. But again, as I said, be happy right now. Green makes everybody happy. But I expect one more. I expect one more pullback. I expect one more leg down. That's what I feel that will happen, and take advantage of it when it does. Take advantage of it when it does happen. Somebody said it's frog season. On the meme side, it is frog season. So if we're going to talk about Pepe, Apu, the VC-backed Toad, then we're going to talk about Augie also. That's later on. That's right. That's right. You're going to talk about Pepe. You're going to talk about even Hoppy. You're going to talk about Apu. You talk about... Somebody said something funny about Apu. I can't say it on here. It was fucking hilarious, though. If you talk about this Toad thing, the Temu version of goddamn Hoppy, you got to put some respect on its name. Okay? Got to put some respect on Augie's name, bro. What are we doing out here? But I'm telling you, look, I thought when I got into this shit, when you guys threw it into the chat and I got in, it went up and then like it really went down. But look, it's going up. It's cooking. It's a slow cook. And I always get into slow cooks. That is who I am. I get into these slow ass cooks. This is, I'm looking at FOMO here. The slow ass cooks. But hopefully the people, who wins? My question is, who's going to win? The VCs, the cabals, or the people, the community? Who's going to win? Who's going to win the championship? Who's going to be the number one dog? I love slow cooks. They're the best cooks. Honest. I hate things that send all the way to fucking instantly to millions and then they just drop. There's no foundation made. There's no foundation to them. Let's see what happens, though. We shall see what happens. We'll see how serious the community is about sending something. Sending something to Valhalla. That's right. I'm excited today. I'm excited. I'm absolutely excited today. I wore this suit for the occasion. I was looking through the suits. I said, you know what? I'm going to wear the green suit today. I will wear the green suit today. In honor of the markets. Be excited. Be very excited. You deserve it. Especially for those who stayed here. Day in and day out. Day in and day out. throughout the bear market. Throughout it all. You deserve it. You deserve to be a part of this. You deserve to enjoy it. It's a great feeling. But a lot of you guys don't even hold coins. I think a lot of you guys don't even hold anything. Y'all don't have Bitcoin. Y'all don't have anything. I think y'all hold like 2 things in this entire market. And I think they've been given to you for free. It's like the only thing y'all are holding are free airdrops. That's what I believe to be the truth. No, all kidding aside. It's great. We've had some great guests on. We've talked about the markets. We've talked about where the markets are going. 2026 has been a year where the markets have just been chopped. They've just chopped. 1 or 2 things here and there have gone, but it has been just choppy, a choppy ride. And you know what? A lot of us have said, I don't know, there's a cabal and these VCs that just say that one person has called something. We've been saying on this show, excuse me, pardon me, we've been talking about this. Landy's been on here. I've been on here. Our guests have been on here saying that 2026, quarter 3, quarter 4, we're going to go ahead and bottom out here, and then we're going to turn this motherfucker around. So y'all can replay these shows. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Cabals taking credit for what's happening. What are we talking about here? The same people who sold crypto that did not have crypto are telling me and telling us that they called bottoms. Nah. What is happening in this space, man? What is happening? It is wild. It is really wild to see some of the shit that happens in this space. I'm telling you right now. It is absolutely wild. Y'all are wildin'. Anyway, we'll be back right after this commercial break. I'll be talking about more of this. We got somebody coming on, a guest coming on. We'll talk about the markets. We'll talk about some other shit too. We also have Rob Nelson coming on later on in the show today. He wants to talk about Bitcoin. He wants to talk about the markets. We'll go ahead and talk about that as well with him. And then we'll do call-ins. We'll go ahead and do call-ins. But we'll be right back right after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto.
an astronaut conducting an emergency repair on a global communication satellite that could go dark at any moment. We have a second angle on this.
Is that guy on FOMO?
Oh yeah, just like me for real. Crazy trader.
Yeah, let's get back to it, everybody.
Breaking news. There is an astronaut.
Opportunity cost is simply this. Every position you take is a position you choose over something else.
This just in. According to the astronaut's FOMO account, highest in the room, the satellite has been restored. For now, the crisis appears to be over.
Satellite's up and running. Position's looking good too.
There we go. United States of America representing. Social communism does not work.
Digital assets. Is it better to move money at the speed of light? Do everything.
People are greedy when they also try to acquire gold. I am here providing electricity and that energy that is necessary. I'm the modern day Tony Stark. Welcome to everybody tuning in on X, TikTok, Truth Social, YouTube. Man, I'm tired of naming all the. You guys know we stream everywhere, man. Backstage, we got somebody who's been on the show before. We're gonna go ahead and dive right into. That's not Rex. I don't know why they did it. Like, what the fuck is up with the overlays, man? Today, what is up with the? There we go. All right, we got Thor. Let's bring Thor into the chat. Thor, what's going on, man? How's everything going? Thor blacked out. Okay, so I guess his connection's not there. We will go ahead and hopefully bring him back home. Let's see. He's trying to come back on. Let's bring him on here. Thor, what's going on? How's everything going?
Hey, man. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Everything's going well. You liking the markets?
Oh, yeah. We knew this would happen.
You think this is a short, you think there's some sort of rally and then we go back down, or you think that we've bottomed out and we're going higher?
You know, I don't really know. I don't really guess or time. I've been dollar cost averaging for a while. Just my thing is just prepare for when we do start going back up. You know, I don't play the short game unless it's like these meme coins and these BS projects. But when it comes to the long-term thesis, dollar cost average, because it's not if, it's when. It's not when, it's if. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Zcash, how's it looking, man? You're still bullish on that, heavily bullish, correct?
Yeah, you know, Zcash is 99% of my portfolio. I've been bullish on it for probably 8 years now. I knew it was a matter of time, and we're starting to see some really great things happen in the ecosystem. You know, as you know, about a few months ago, there was some FUD, there was some hate. You know, the team came out and they said, listen, we were using a private version of Claude, we were using AI, and we found a bug, which to me, I was actually optimistic and bullish about, because as you know, being in this space a long time, a lot of other projects would have never came out and told anyone. They would have started selling secretly, and we would have been left holding the bags. They came out fully transparent, put a game plan, and then they just launched Ironwood, where not only did they transparently uncover this bug, but they patched it and fixed it, and now mathematically proved that Zcash is here to stay. Tyler Winklevoss and the Winklevoss twins were at the White House 2 days ago. Yesterday, they were at the CFTC. They mentioned Zcash by name. They just launched a huge Zcash mining company, probably the biggest one. And now with Project Ironwood, Zcash is the only project that is not quantum resistant, but quantum recoverable. And with Tachyon and Sean Bowe and some of the best devs in the space, they're also working on making it fully quantum resistant. So it's good times for Zcash holders, and it's still early, right? You know, to me, why would you buy Bitcoin at 70,000 a coin when it's a public ledger where I can see your balance and transaction history, when you can still buy Zcash at 600 a coin here, and you're looking at a real hedge against quantum AI, and you also have the encryption, the privacy, where if I send you Zcash, it's between me and you. No one can see my balance, no one can see my transaction history, and that's what the word crypto was supposed to mean. It was supposed to mean hidden and private.
You've sold off. Have you owned Bitcoin?
I have owned Bitcoin.
And
And
you
I
sold it off. You converted it all to Zcash. Is that
correct.
what made you? What was the moment that for you personally, where
Yeah.
you have Bitcoin, you have these assets, and you say, you know what, I'm taking my Bitcoin, my ETH, whatever you're holding at the time, and I'm converting all of this stuff to Zcash. Well, where did when did that moment happen, and why?
I think I first found out about Zcash in about 2017, 2018. JP Morgan Stanley did an article on zero knowledge proofs and how Bitcoin did not have zero knowledge proofs, and how zero knowledge proofs was this moon math. The MIT scientists call it moon math, where you can prove something is what you have without revealing what you have. So I immediately started looking into it. And I got to give a shout out to my friend Gary, the numbers guy. He's the numerologist. He loved it because it was born on the 28th. For me, I said, okay, that's awesome, but there's got to be more here. I can't just do it based on the birthday. I have to see. And then I saw that one of the founders, Zuko Wilcox, was in DigiCash. He was in crypto before Bitcoin. And not only that, Zuko was mentioned by name by Satoshi Nakamoto. So I said, well, wait a minute. The cryptographers, the hardcore engineers, the hardcore math scientists, they're really bullish on this, and they're talking about how great it's going to be. But then when I went into the algorithm and the timeline, the cheerleaders, like the Michael Saylors and the influencers, were saying only Bitcoin, and that's a shitcoin. And I said, well, who's more likely to be right? The engineers and the cryptographers and the math geniuses, or the guy who just started buying Bitcoin 4 years ago and didn't even like it to begin with? And then I saw on the early Bitcoin.
Okay, I think we're.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
No, there
Satoshi
you go.
Nakamoto in 2010 on the Bitcoin forum said, hey, we're looking for ways to add zero knowledge proofs to Bitcoin. And if we could find a way to do it, we would actually have a better version of Bitcoin. And then a lot of Zcash enthusiasts and devs and ecosystems said, well, this is exactly that. And I had already missed the boat kind of on Bitcoin. It already had made that infamous run. And I said, well, I might as well start. This is a good hill to die on. I don't think I'm wrong, but if I am wrong, it means society's gone to crap and we're using a surveillance state coin. I said, eventually this thing's going to be really, really valuable. And eventually, just how people are using Signal to talk in private, just how people are using the Brave browser to browse in private. I said, eventually people are going to want to store their money in private, right? This naturally makes sense. So I kind of got fanatical, and I'm a real diehard loyal type of person. And I just said, hey, I'm all in on this thing for better or worse. And now, it's up 1,500% on the year. And I'm not surprised at all. I'll be somewhat surprised when it's at 50,000 a coin, 100,000 a coin, because I think it's that valuable. And I think it's that important for our society that we're going into with this surveillance state. I made a post the other day that Bitcoin is literally the flock camera of cryptocurrency.
I saw that. I was going to mention that you're really that down on Bitcoin.
Uh-oh, I hope we're not frozen.
No, I'm not frozen.
Are we frozen here?
No, I'm good.
Did you hear any of that?
I heard it. Do you hear me or no?
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and
Are we frozen?
No, we're not frozen. I'm still here. Okay. Technical difficulties. That is Store. We're talking about. We'll bring him right back in here.
Okay.
Store. I think it was your connection, but it was okay, man. We're still here. It's live. I know how to operate here. Don't worry.
I got all these people calling me because Zcash is going up. I said, stop calling me. I'm on live on the breakdown. Where did I last leave off?
I think we were talking about camera surveillance on Bitcoin. I think that's where we were. I think that's where we were.
Bitcoin is the flock camera.
So if you call it the flock camera, Are you that down on Bitcoin? Like
I don't want. I'm not down on it. I don't want it to die. Naval did a famous tweet 6 months back now where Bitcoin is a hedge against fiat and Zcash is a hedge against Bitcoin. All right. So, and at this stage, you know, we like to make the comparison. Like, remember when MySpace got taken over by Facebook, right? Remember
Yeah.
when AOL died and Yahoo and Gmail came, right? Now, in many ways, Bitcoin is the beta test run. It is the prototype. Will it totally get replaced by something like Zcash? Probably. I hope not, and I don't think so. But there is a world where that could happen with a quantum hack or another cataclysmic event where, say, someone's entire balance gets exposed. We just saw what happened with the Ledger issue. I think there's a world for both, and I think there has to be a world for both. And I still want Bitcoin to go to $1 million a coin. But this time around, the dot-com bubble and the AOL and MySpace, you didn't have people married, invested, monetarily, giving all their net worth to these technologies and to these companies, right? They kind of just got replaced and we evolved into the better version. Now, if Zcash is a better version, I don't think it's going to be that smooth because a lot of people have invested a lot of money, a lot of institutions, and now a lot of Bitcoin people are actually converting into Zcash because Bitcoin has been so compromised by the institutions and by the banks. They're kind of looking at Zcash like this is the original cypherpunk ethos that we started, that we set out to make happen.
What makes Zcash better than Monero, Litecoin,
Yeah.
Dash? And I know Dash has been dabbling in with working with some of the tech that Zcash has, and also let's say Midnight. What makes it better?
Yeah.
What makes Zcash better than them?
So Zcash, in my opinion, Zcash has the best team. They have the best tech. Most cryptographers will admit this. In fact, Monero is starting to adopt the same tech. Zcash also is very smart, because they have these OG cypherpunks and these OG engineers and math scientists. They learned a lot from DigiCash. They learned a lot from Bitcoin, and it has a transparent feature and a private feature. So you have consent, almost like Venmo has private and public. So what does that matter for institutional adoption and for mass adoption is Zcash was able to be compliant, regulatory compliant with the exchanges. So Zcash was able to get on a lot more exchanges, and they're going to be positioned more to be mass adopted because they kind of played nice in the sandbox. They didn't come and say, hey, we're going to overthrow the system, F the bank, F you. They kind of came and said, hey, we're the adults in the room. We want to show you why this is the best tech and why this is a net positive for the world. Last winter, I was actually at the SEC in DC. They had a privacy roundtable. They had Zuko Wilcox, one of the founders of Zcash, speak at the SEC. And Paul Atkins, the chair of the SEC, had a monologue to open up this private roundtable where you would have thought he was reading one of my Zcash bull posts. He said things like Bitcoin is a threat to national security. He said things like a public ledger, might be good for places like China, but it's not good for us. And we really need to start taking this privacy, this zero knowledge proof very, very seriously and see what we can do to implement it. So, and then the other factor of why I like it and I think it's better than some of those, it's been 10 years of this anonymity set where you can't just come along and start a new project today because that's not how privacy works storing on chain, right? This 10-year of slow growth and slow sustainable growth and accumulation, they've got a real Lindy effect in the privacy space now. So you got all these things coming together at once. And the other thing that Zcash had that a lot of people had FUD for was this founders reward, where 20% was going back to the Zcash ecosystem, which guess what, guys, that allowed for a crazy thing to happen. They were able to pay people to work. So where Bitcoin is kind of a community ran by charity and a community split in two that can't really decide if they want to do this, if they want to do this, who's going to pay, Zcash started accumulating a war chest in this founders reward where now they've recruited and attracted some of the top talent in the space. You know, if you guys want to learn a lot about Zcash, you can go to this guy Sean Bowe's Twitter. He's considered one of the top cryptographers in the world. He's spearheading this Tachyon project to scale it to the masses, and you could kind of see how these people talk and how they move. And that's who you really want to be paying attention to. You don't want to be paying, we're still so early here that there's a lot of loud cheerleaders who are, you know, telling you, hey, buy this coin because they probably invested it too. You want to be listening to the math geniuses, the high IQ engineers, the cryptographers, and see what they're saying. And you'll see that a lot of them are the same way bullish on Zcash. We're seeing a lot of big accounts come on now.
You have two major personalities, the twins from Gemini. Obviously, they're super bullish about Zcash. Who else, in from a notable standpoint?
Yeah.
Naval, you name Naval, you name the twins. Who else is really bullish on Zcash here?
Yeah, you got Naval, you got the Winklevoss twins, you got Edward Snowden, who was actually part of the original ceremony that was announced. Tim Ferriss recently got put onto Zcash and did a tweet about it. I don't know if he invested yet. This guy Mert is one of the top Solana devs. About a year ago, he started talking about Zcash heavily. He's given his all to the project. If you go on Mert's Twitter, his X account, you'll see he's always on podcasts, and you know, he's very well versed and very well spoken about the latest and greatest. The crypto Arthur Hayes recently, you know, made Zcash somewhat famous, but then he sold his bag,
Yeah, I
you know,
remember that.
during this AI exploit, and we kind of said, hey, you know, don't do that. But I get it. It's probably, you know, a lot of other people's money, and he has to do the conservative risk assessment for his fund. Who else? Balaji. Balaji is a big Zcash proponent. The network state. He's over there in Singapore. If you want to type in Zcash Balaji, you'll see a lot of intelligent remarks. And then who else do we have? I'm forgetting a few people, but there's a lot of big names now, you know, who are getting involved. And Barry Silbert, you know, from Grayscale, he's been in Zcash since day one. He's got one of my favorite theses on Zcash where he says, listen, all you need is 10% of offshore wealth. Right now, there's $1 trillion in offshore wealth. A lot of it is not interested in storing that wealth on a public ledger. If they start going into something like Zcash, even if 10% of offshore wealth starts storing their wealth in private on chain, you're looking at 60,000 to 70,000 a coin projected if that happens. So yeah, it's you know, I don't think it'll be that far ahead where we start hearing some and then you have Chamath, okay, Chamath from the All In podcast, who we love. He has not mentioned Zcash by name yet, but he has been doing a lot of posts on privacy coins and encryption coin, and the you know, the other guy who's the billionaire in Mexico.
I know who you're talking about. I know
He-
the
yeah,
name escapes me, though. Because he's bought a lot of crypto, though.
He mentioned Zcash. The ex-founder of Google has mentioned Zcash. You know, there's a lot of lore there, and when you start to really do some deep dives and you see who likes it and who doesn't like it, it's very telling.
Last question from me. I see that you have a podcast, and you're always on Twitter tweeting about health. I'm big into health. I'm big into training and exercising, working out. I think you could do both. I think you could be in crypto and like me,
Yeah.
I guess, run a company, all that stuff, and also work out. You know, dedicate 2 to 3 hours to lifting something besides a remote control or a mouse. I see you out there. I know you have I think you have a podcast now where you talk about that. When you see people, though, I'm going to give you this topic. When you see people out there talking about certain peptides and all these things, what's your first reaction to all the stuff that's pushed out there to the general public that are interested in, you know, getting fit?
My first reaction is fools rush in. Okay. The double-edged sword of capitalism is things get popular, people start trying to sell them, they mark up the prices, they're profiting off you. Me personally, I'm taking a very much wait and see approach. You know, I was joking with a friend last night. He's on like 4 different peptides. I said, I'm going to wait 3 years. I'm going to wait to see what happens to you, and everything goes well. I'm going to start experimenting. I think if you do start going down the peptide rabbit hole, start with one thing at a time. Make sure it's third party tested. Work with someone who's really, really smart and well read on this. Less is more. Don't overdose. Don't take too much at once. Nothing beats sunlight, 10,000 steps a day, and eating clean. Those are the original peptides. You should not be looking at a peptide as a cure-all. You should not be looking at it as, oh my God, I have this disease or this problem, and this peptide's going to save me. You have to look at it like, I did something over the last 5, 10, 15 years that caused me to get a disease. I have to find the root cause, stop what I'm doing, do something new. And then once I have a clean slate and once I have a good bill of health, then I can start supplementing and introducing these things like peptides or TRT or Cialis is very popular now. Um, the question should not be what can I take to get rid of this. The question should be what did I do to cause this problem in the first place, right? And not a lot of people are asking that question. And when you go on X every day, we're promoted a new peptide, a new supplement, a new superfood, and it's the 95-year-old grandpa who's still weightlifting in the gym, and you're like, well, what peptides is that guy on? And he's like, what? He's like, what's a peptide? He's like, I just eat a bologna sandwich every day and have a shot of whiskey at night, and I love going to the gym. But the point is here, the liver is what runs the liver is the CEO of your body, right? And a Lamborghini gets one type of gas and one type of oil. If you start feeding that Lamborghini different types of gases and different types of oils,
Start knocking.
all of a sudden that car's going to run for a little, but all of a sudden that car is going to break down, and you're going to go, well, why that car break? The body's the same way. Your body really wants less, and your liver will smile, and then you're able to detox and fix those deficiencies. We're a big proponent of the low vitamin A and low nickel diet. Not a lot of people are talking about this, but vitamin A is a fat soluble vitamin, but it's also something you can overdose on. And I overdosed on it myself by being a health nut. I was doing the turmeric, the liver, peppers, sweet potatoes, carrot juice, cod liver oil. You get the picture. You name it. I was trying to check every box as a health nut. I ended up overdosing and get a bunch of health problems. And that's how I stumbled upon this huge piece of the health puzzle. I went on the low vitamin A diet. I reversed 9 out of 10 problems I had. Then I went on the low nickel diet in conjunction with that. And I've just continued to get better as my liver cleans up. And I don't have to take all the supplements I used to take. I don't have to buy 100 things at the grocery store. Right now I eat meat, either rice or sourdough bread, apples and bananas. And if I'm gonna do a vegetable, it's like a peeled cucumber, a peeled zucchini, a white root vegetable. And I just eat like our grandparents ate in the motherland, where they only had 4 things to choose from. And if you look at third world countries, they might have problems, but they don't have the autoimmune disease we have because they don't have 1,000 options to choose from, and their livers are nice and clean and smiling. So I got fed up with every day being shilled a new peptide or a supplement or a new superfood. So I went the opposite way, got the best health of my life, and now I'm promoting it and helping others, which is probably, like you said, the most important work of all, because if you're not healthy, you can't be wealthy. And we meet rich people all the time who are miserable. They're in pain, they're not happy. And what's the point,
Have all that money and be miserable because you can't take care of yourself. I appreciate you for always being available.
It's the true IQ test, right?
Yeah, it is true.
If you can't figure out health, if you can't figure out happiness and strength, like if you can't have this vitality, that's a true IQ test.
Yeah, it is true.
And how many times do you hear people say, "Oh, I eat so healthy"? Well, what does that mean? That could mean one thing to you. It could mean another thing to her. Everyone's got their own version of what healthy is, and a lot of times healthy means overdosing on colorful plants, which is chemical warfare. It's how Steve Jobs died.
It's true. It is true. Thor, it's always good to have you. Hopefully, we can have you in the next couple of months. Come on here. We'll shoot the shit again about privacy, see where it's at. obviously during the cycle, and also shoot the shit on creatine and other things that I'm interested in, chopping it up about.
Anytime. So happy to be on, and bring me on when Zcash hits 1,000, which might be in a day or two. The way we're going.
Then we might have to call you back. Appreciate you, Thor.
Be well, brother.
You too. Have a great weekend. That's Thor. Everybody, check him out. I have his information on the thread. I think on X, so you can go ahead and check that out. All right, there you go. There you go. All right, we are back. We're back. Listen, a lot of you guys are into peptides and shit, but I don't know why. It doesn't look like you guys are doing anything with these peptides. Can I be honest with you? Like, I see some of you guys, like, it's like, man, what are you guys actually doing with these peptides, man? I don't know. Like, it doesn't, anyway. It's bad, right? What I'm saying is bad. Bad. I'm being bad. I'm being bad to the bone. Bad. All right, anyway, we're back. Episode 774. Who would have thought? 774. I think creatine, again, this is not medical advice. I think creatine is great for your mind. I think taking, 5 milligrams, or 5 grams, I should say, not milligram, 5 grams of creatine, it's not bad. Because mentally, it really does help you mentally. Helps you focus. I believe so. I'm not medical advice. You go seek out, talk to your doctor, your medical professional, to see if creatine is right for you, kind of thing. But I'm just saying, for me, I like it. I don't, honestly, I don't need creatine for y'all. Y'all have seen my body, right? Y'all obviously, and a lot of you guys are envious, and it's okay. But like, I don't need creatine to get my body in shape. I really don't. Does it give you a little, like, one more rep? Yeah, probably gives you one more rep. Probably might give you one more rep, but like, I don't know, man. My face, my body, the voice, the IQ, like I was already born with it. I was about to say, maybe it's Maybelline. So anyway, we'll be back right after this commercial break. Let's talk crypto. Let's talk crypto. Tell everybody that we're going to be talking about crypto. Maybe I'll buy some crypto right after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto.
This is Houston. T-minus 1 minute until full data blackout. All eyes are on you.
Breaking news. There is an astronaut conducting an emergency repair on a global communication satellite that could go dark at any moment. We have a second angle on this.
Is that guy on FOMO?
Oh yeah, it's like me for real. Crazy trader.
Yeah, let's get back to it, everybody.
Breaking news. There is an astronaut.
Opportunity cost is simply this. Every position you take is a position you choose over something else.
This just in. According to the astronaut's FOMO account, highest in the room, the satellite has been restored. For now, the crisis appears to be over.
Satellite's up and running. Position's looking good too.
There we go. United States of America representing. Socialism, communism does not work.
Digital assets. Is it better to move money at the speed of light through everything?
People are greedy when they also try to acquire gold. I am here providing electricity and that energy that is necessary. I'm the modern day Tony Stark. There we go. United States of America representing. Socialism, communism does not work.
Digital assets. Is it better to move money at the speed of light through everything?
People are greedy when they also try to acquire gold. I am here providing electricity and that energy that is necessary. I'm the modern day Tony Stark. Welcome back to the Breakdown episode 774, sponsored by Midnight. Bing, bing. Also, that was whack. Anyway, Polymarket. Shout out to Polymarket. Polymarket, the official prediction market sponsor of the Breakdown. Also, Cake Wallet, one of the most secure wallets in our space. That's right. You want a secure wallet. You want to put your Bitcoin on something that you know your Bitcoin will be safe on. Your Litecoin will be safe on. Your Monero, your Zcash. You go to Cake Wallet. Go to cakewallet.com. You can also go to your app store. You can go to the Google Play Store and you can download it there. FOMO is where I go and look at the charts and see what your punk asses are doing. I want to see what the traders are writing. Right now, the leaderboard shows that everybody, the whole top, I think the top 100 right now, are all in the 100K plus P&L area. I'm letting you guys know I'm coming for you. I'm starting play by play. You know how we go brick by brick? I'm starting with play by play. Play by play. That is right. Play by play. Right now, and this is a social experiment. Can the community, this community, right? Can the community, we talk about community coming together right now. So we talk about the community coming together. So this is an experiment. Can the community come together, put away their hatred for each other, go into the same foxhole with each other? Can they hold the line with each other and have Augie flip Toad? The VC-backed Temu version of Augie. Can Augie flip Toad is the question that I ask you. I've gone in, I'm holding. Now I'm holding. I've gone in too much. I'm holding. I'm waiting to see. A lot of you guys are asking me, hey, Dave, why don't you go ahead and go on the timeline with it? I'm not going on the timeline with it. I'm live right now on your TV, on your mobile phone, on your desktop. I'm talking to you about Augie openly. If there's how many frogs? Pepe, Apu, Hoppy, this Toad thing, Augie. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Can it flip Toad? We shall find out. We shall find out if the community got what it takes. But I like this because it doesn't have to happen instantly. Let me explain something to you guys. I personally, when I go into, let me break this down. When I go into assets, right? I'm not looking for them to immediately do 100x. I'm not looking for them immediately to do 1000x. I want a good foundation being built in the things that I go into. I want to see people who believe in it. You want people who believe in the goddamn meme to acquire it, right? Like I believe in it, so I am getting it, right? You want people like that getting in, building the foundation brick by brick, building it, right? What do we see when things fly up instantly? They go crashing right down. The reason some of these things go skyrocketing is because there's some sort of incentive. What's the new meta? Give airdrops out. Here, you get an airdrop. And then you give out all these airdrops, and then people start selling, and then there's more sell pressure, and now you're flatlining. And now you're stuck in this zone where you gotta, it's either people believe in the shit that's out there, or they say, I don't believe in this and I'm out. But when you start off slow and you're going up easy, and people are accumulating because they like it, they believe in it. Whether it's tomorrow, next week, next month, 6 months from now, it will cook. Because there is a basis. There's a base. Okay? There's a foundation that's been laid. Concrete has been laid out. Steel on top of steel. Now you can build the rest of the house. Now you can build the rest of the house. I am known. If you ask about me, I am known. It took forever for Dogecoin to get out of being under a penny. When I talked about Dogecoin and it wasn't a popular thing to go ahead and talk about, it was under a penny. I mean, really under a penny, not even close to a penny. And then it went over a penny. It took a while. Same thing with Pepe. Same thing with like Shiba Inu. I'll name them all out. It took a while. Everybody told me, yo, dude, what are you doing? Shiba Inu is dead. Why are you still holding it? Why are you still talking about Sheep? And then all of a sudden, listed on Coinbase and Binance, and boom! Then you look like a genius, right? Who talked about, you know what's really funny right now? And I'm going to go back to Augie and all these memes and all this. You know what's really funny? Now everybody's talking about tokenization. I hate that word literally, but I'm going to use the word literally to tell you this. I was one of the first people to go on stage. Here's another first. I feel like I'm a first for everything, but nobody wants to hear me for some reason. Maybe because you hate me. Maybe because you don't appreciate me. But I went on stage at a conference and I said, tokenization is the future. It is what we need to go ahead and study if we want to take crypto to the next level. If we want to actually build things and incorporate real world assets, we look at tokenization as I said these things. 2020. No, well, hold on. Is it 2020? I was already saying it before, but 2020. Here I am talking about it. People are laughing. They're like, you're crazy. I'm like, but you need tokenization. It'll be great. You should tokenize the world. And I kept talking about it and talking about it. Deaf ears. Now everybody's talking about it. Your favorite fucking influencer from the institutions. Your favorite influencer from your favorite cabal. Your favorite influencer from fucking crypto Twitter. Everybody now is talking about tokenization. Yet ask them when they started talking about it just a few days ago. Bottom line, I've always been ahead of my fucking time. By the way, I don't really give a fuck about credit. I wanted to, yesterday when I retweeted that yesterday, especially the post, the receipts, I was just trying to be an asshole. Yes, 100%. And I even said it in the thread. I was trying to be an asshole. No, I was being an asshole. Wasn't trying. I was being an asshole. You know why? Sometimes it is good to take this boot and shove it up somebody's ass, okay? And say, now you're talking about it. But you know what? If you're going to talk about this shit, then you're going to acknowledge me. I see a lot of people acknowledging themselves. Well, you know what? I'm going to acknowledge me now. I'm my biggest fan, so I'm going to acknowledge me. I'm out here fucking 10 plus years up in this bitch doing nothing but building and pushing ideas that can take us to new level. You will acknowledge me 100%. Make no doubt about that. You will acknowledge what I bring to the table. And let me give myself a round of applause. It's crazy. Sometimes I see some of this shit and I'm like, man, like I've been meme culture. Who talked about meme culture? Nobody. Nobody talked about the memes. Only a select few of us that were crazy enough to talk about memes in rooms where if you mentioned it, you'd get ripped apart. Who built the foundation? Who built the foundation for you to go ahead and talk about it? You fucking have to acknowledge the OGs. I'm fucking tired of people not acknowledging the people that paved the goddamn fucking field out here. We built the goddamn fucking roadways around here. Now that it's cool, now that memes are sort of accepted, meme culture is being accepted, now it's, well, fuck out of here. Hell nah, man. I'm in the fucking conversation. I'm putting myself in the conversation. And we got fucking receipts to go ahead and show off. So the fuck this is, man. Fuck this is. The fuck we talking about right now? The fuck we're talking about right now? Watch it. You know what? This cycle, as I've said, will be in terms of my last. What I mean by the last cycle is like after this, I'm just going to do everything possible to call the right plays and just to showcase what I've always done on a larger scale. That's it. And after that, once I'm done, I'm done. And I'm just going to lay back. I'll do these podcasts. I'll do these shows where people contact me and they want me to come on. I'll start doing more of those things. But right now, it's going to be just heavily focused on building a movement, calling the right plays, looking at the right assets that deserve a platform, to deserve to be seen. That's what I'm going to be doing. And we're going to win together. People who move with me, we're going to win together. We are going to. Listen, we might have to take some losses too. You can't be 100%. But being 80, 85, 90% correct most of the time on these things, it's going to be a beautiful thing. What I think happens is meme season. Then we'll get into some RWAs. We'll slash tokenized stocks. Then we'll lead into the utilities, the real utilities that I guess will be backed by institutions and others. Push to the front of the line. And then I think we end everything with NFTs. This will be the last run. I've said this many times throughout the years on this show. I believe this is the last cycle where you'll be able to get that 1000x, get that 2000x, 10,000x. This is the cycle you'll be able to do that. As long as you seek value out, as long as you're out there looking for value, you will win. You will win. Or you will put you will put yourself in a better position to win big. It's all about the frogs today. Pepe, Apu, Hoppy, this VC-backed Toad, and Augie. Augie is the community. The community is Augie, and we shall see what happens. Bitcoin is flying. That's what we know. Bitcoin does not give a fuck what you think. Bitcoin does not care where you want to see it. At 40, 50, 60, Bitcoin decided to go to 79. It does not care for what you think it or where it should go. Ethereum, Tom Lee today is dancing like no other. Tom Lee is happy. He's shaking and baking right now. He is absolutely, at this point, he's probably smoking a cigar. Ethereum is at 24 plus, 2400 plus. Ethereum. Oh my God, could this be it? Could Ethereum be making its comeback? Who knows? But if Ethereum does make any sort of comeback, you can thank Robinhood and you can thank Base. That's who you can thank. Robinhood, Base, for obviously helping resurrect Ethereum, because sure cannot give credit to Vitalik because Vitalik is too busy writing a goddamn book about decentralized fucking governance, sci-fi edition, which apparently is supposed to come out this year. So if it's anybody, and I mean anybody, it is Robinhood and it is also Base. Those two are the things that will save Ethereum. And I believe that because they want to see, they are opening their hands and arms to bring in meme culture. Come here, guys. We'll build. Come here, guys. Participate here. They're finally recognizing Base made a huge mistake. Base made a huge mistake by not acknowledging the runners that they had last season. They had things that went into the billions, and they didn't acknowledge it. No acknowledgement. They had a head start over Robinhood, too. If Robinhood had $1 billion runner, you think they wouldn't have acknowledged it? Are you kidding me? Base had Brett that ran to 2.3 billion. You would have thought that Base would have acknowledged it. They didn't. And Brett still ran to. Brett on Base still ran to 2.3 billion without any acknowledgement. DRB, somebody said. LFI. Like, all these things, no acknowledgement. Grok has money. No acknowledgement. None. That's the difference. That's why Solana's been successful. That is why Solana's been successful. They've recognized, not only, they're like, okay, this is how I'm thinking of the founders. We have a good protocol here. We're building something great. We are building something. Now we need an audience, okay? We got great products and we got great builders. We got a great team. We got a bunch of great people. We need an audience to showcase these things that we're building. They recognize, hey, there are traders out there. They're into meme culture. They're meme traders. They're also culture traders. That's the line. That's the word that I want to use. They're culture traders. Let's go get them. Let's go get them. And they have. That's why Solana was able to take so much mind share away from Ethereum. And you would have thought that Vitalik would have came out, or somebody from Ethereum would have came out and said, hold up, we appreciate the memes, we're gonna work something out here. No. Instead, you had articles put out there saying memes are useless. And we don't like memes. We like charity tokens, not memes. That tells me all I need to know is that Ethereum does not understand meme culture. And that Vitalik tried to go ahead and switch his PFP to Milady to try to win everybody back. That didn't work. Too far gone. People don't want to. Solana made it easy. You're hardly paying any fees per transaction. Unless you talk about the fees that you're paying to the applications, but to transact on Solana, there's not much fees there. It's like a cent. Whereas on Ethereum, it is like $13,000. And I'm exaggerating, but it is kind of like $13,000. We had Ethereum week for 1 week. Return to mainnet. People return to mainnet. People from Solana new traders try to participate on Ethereum. They got sandwiched by Jared from Subway. Mev bought it. They're like, fuck this. I'm out. I don't want this. They went back to a place where culture is accepted, where the demographic that has been captured is an 18 to 35-year-old demographic. That is what Solana did. Solana's first to the game with it. They understand. And when I say first to the game, first to recognize, look, this could be big. We build an audience. And then later on, the people finally understand or start learning about assets. They start learning about, oh, maybe I do need Bitcoin. Oh, this is why Bitcoin's important. Oh, I like Ethereum. For Ethereum, L1 Ethereum, I like it. I understand institutions are building on it. Great. Oh, there are other things that I can, maybe Near Protocol. Oh, Chainlink. They want to banks want to use Chainlink to tokenize assets and shit. Great. These things, these conversations start to happen. It's like what I talk about with Dogecoin. Dogecoin, I always said it onboarded so many people into Bitcoin. Why? Because the community around Dogecoin was able to articulate why Bitcoin is important and how you can buy it. You can just buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. You don't have to spend $60,000. You can spend $500 every single week buying a fraction of a Bitcoin. That's the difference. That is the difference. That's why Solana's winning. That doesn't mean that other protocols can't step up to the plate. That doesn't mean one day that a Cardano, and yes, I love Cardano. I love what Charles has built. I love Midnight. I love Midnight City. Maybe they take a little mind share there. But that doesn't mean other protocols can't jump into the mix. But the time is now. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't know how you're beating Solana right now. Solana has put the shit in a chokehold. Because they've embraced the culture. They've embraced the culture. The founders have embraced the culture. Toli has embraced the culture. The foundation has embraced the culture. The culture within the culture has done everything to bring more people into the culture. So for anybody who's hoping that people return to mainnet, that I honestly believe they'll only return for a few things, and that's it. You got Joe on there. You got Wojak on there. You got Apu on there. I mean, that's really it. You want to talk about Brett? I think Brett still makes a run. DRB, yeah, there are a few things, yeah, but otherwise, I think Solana solidified itself as the number one right now. And people, you know what? I know a lot of people will hate me for saying that, but that's the truth. And I've even said this. I even said that Solana, I said this when Pump.Fun, I said this when Bonk came out. Forget about Pump.Fun. When Bonk came out, I said this in the beginning. My first reaction was, because everybody's like, They created Bonk, not Solana. I'm just saying whoever created Bonk to bring liquidity back to Solana, right? So people created Bonk to create more liquidity, to have liquidity come back into Solana. And I was like, why do you need Bonk? Just like fucking, if you want Solana, just go buy it. That was my first reaction. But then I thought about it. I'm like, okay, here's their meme. And Bonk did bring liquidity, and it brought Ethereum people and all types of memers into Solana. And then slowly and gradually, Solana started to take the mind share. And now when you have this built, now you can showcase your products. And that's what I said earlier. Solana has great products. They've made products, they make products look good. They've been able to sell themselves now to institutional players. Makes it easy. We got an audience. Look at the volume on our chain. Look at everything on our chain. Look. We got the demographic you want, BlackRock. Look, 18 to 35-year-olds. Your clientele is retiring. We got your clientele. We got your clientele right here. Your new clientele. They did a phenomenal job. And I hope they continue to move forward and to continue to lay out things that keep the people excited. Because we saw what happened with Ethereum. Ethereum owned the meme economy. BNB tried to own it as well. Binance tried to take the memes as well. It worked for a few. Hey, listen, Asia's still on there trading memes. Let's not get it confused. BNB's still here. Binance Chain is coming out with their own chain. They're still here. And they will always be here. The Asian market will always participate on Binance. They are in love with Binance. They love CZ. They will never leave Binance Chain. They will always support projects on there. Make no doubt about that. But Solana's king. Solana is king of culture trading. That's what I'm going to call it moving forward. Culture trading is on Solana. That's it. And y'all can say, oh, David, how can you do this? How can you say such? You know what? The Ethereum maxis who I talk to all the time, they think that memes are useless. So you know what? Enjoy your parties with BlackRock or with Chase, JP Morgan, whoever. That's fine. But you know what? You pushing away meme culture, which is bigger than anything in this space, which is used on a daily basis. Every second, somebody's on the phone memeing. It doesn't have to be tokenized. Somebody is on the phone, somebody is on social media, and they are memeing. They are absolutely memeing away. And you're going to fade meme culture? 2 years from now, people will be tokenizing themselves. And those people are still not here. But when they get here, they will be tokenizing themselves. We have moved into a digital era. When I talk about tokenization, it fits in a in a digital era. It fits. I was just way too early with it. I don't understand why others couldn't see it at that time. That's fine. But I'm not saying I was the only one, but there's 1, 2, 3. I can count it on my hand. See, like Dow Chemist, he's a huge Ethereum guy. Here's his comment. It's a lot of fools buying lottery tickets doesn't make it a great investment strategy. I love Dow Chemist. I think he's brilliant. But this is what happens when you're really smart. You miss the plot. You really miss the plot. To push away meme culture and call it a lottery ticket is crazy. And I'm not talking, and I never talk about those plays that are like lottery tickets. I can't stand them. But real memes that we identify with on a daily basis, that we use, that we send to our friends when we feel like expressing ourselves. You're memeing. For anybody who does not like memes, you meme every single day. You are literally memeing in comments, in text messages. Memes make it easier, they're more relatable, people understand, will have a better understanding of all these things. They will have a better, unless I repeat myself, they will have a better understanding coming through a Dogecoin than coming through Ethereum. 90% of the people that try to buy Ethereum can't say Ethereum. They can't pronounce it. They sure do can relate with a picture of a dog. Oh, Dogecoin, cool. Wow, and people use this as a payment, and now they're testing it out. Now they can go to AMC, and they can pay with Doge, and they can test it out. There's dealerships that accept Dogecoin as a form of payment to go and get yourself a car. People use that. Oh shit, this is great. I used cryptocurrency to make a transaction. How is this a bad thing? How is it a bad thing when you have an enormous amount of people that came into this space through a meme coin and now hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, ADA, like I'll fucking go through the whole list. BNB, they hold assets. They literally hold real assets. Chainlink, Near Protocol. I can keep going. Mantle. Should I keep going? But they only know about this because they came through memes and that meme community broke it down for them in layman's terms. Because when I sit down with somebody and if I wanted to have a conversation about dope protocols, I'd lose the crowd. If I sit there and talk about, hey, let's talk about Kusama and fucking Polkadot. People are going to look at me weird when I start talking about parachutes and cross chains. I say this all the time. But if I sit down and I talk about Pepe, you know Pepe. Oh, I know Pepe. People of the residents of Hong Kong, the citizens of Hong Kong were protesting using Pepe as a symbol. Oh, I know that. I've seen troll before. I use troll, that picture, I use troll to troll my friends. There's an understanding, there's no language barrier. And I think once you hard-headed maxis understand this, you can utilize the real meme culture memes, the real culture memes, to the benefit of your projects. Geico is not any less of a company because they have a gecko, which is a meme representing Geico. When you make these arguments and you say it's a lottery ticket, it's not a good thing to go into. Well, tell me why most of the Fortune 50 and Fortune 500 companies, why do they use memes? Why? Why do they meme their companies? Because they understand that memes bring a culture in. They bring an audience in, and there they can sell them their products. They can make them check out their products. Dog on Bitcoin. Let's talk about dog on Bitcoin. You have Bitcoin maxis and Bitcoiners that are trying to figure out how do we get more people, not institutional people, but how do we get more normalized people, normal people that you see in the streets? How do you get in? How do you get them into Bitcoin? How do you make Bitcoin interesting? Dog on Bitcoin. What do you mean? Dog on Bitcoin. Why not? Here's somebody can go ahead and buy dog on Bitcoin using Bitcoin to get into Bitcoin. And then if they sell, they get Bitcoin. You're now utilizing your network. You guys in Bitcoin, ever since I came into Bitcoin, which is a long time ago, all I heard was we can build everything on Bitcoin. So what is happening? Any single time there is any remote shot of building on top of Bitcoin or building within the network, Bitcoin Maxi say absolutely not. Let's come out with BIP 110 to stop all this shit. Let's call the miners and tell them, don't you dare go ahead and participate. Do you see how stupid it is? You want to bring people in, but then once you got people that have developed something to bring in the culture, to bring in new blood into your network, what do? You find a way to stop it. You find a way to ruin the wet dream. And then you complain and you say, oh my God, oh my goodness. These people, instead of buying Bitcoin, they're buying shitcoins. Guess what, motherfuckers? They're buying, air quote, shitcoins because you have not acknowledged them. You say build on Bitcoin, yet you don't mean it. Because as soon as somebody builds on Bitcoin, you start trashing it. You open up spaces. You open up fucking... I was about to say something bad. But you do open up these spaces and you start hooting and hollering and oh my God, how dare they? They're building on Bitcoin. Didn't your motherfucking ass say build on Bitcoin? Which one is it? Which one is it? What do you want? Do you want people to come to Bitcoin? Do you want more people, younger people buying Bitcoin? Or do you want to just be, or do you want it you're just saying it, just say it. And then when it happens, you're like, no, I don't want to let anybody into the good old boys club. We're good. We don't need people building on top of Bitcoin. Even though we say it, we don't need it. It's dumb. You can't complain. Shut the fuck up. Really, shut the fuck up. Anytime I hear a Bitcoin Maxi complain, Max Keller, Kaiser, excuse me, not Keller. Max, here's a guy who says shitcoin. You created a shitcoin. That's the craziest shit in the world. Here you are, you came out with Max Coin, and then you talk shit about people that are trying to build on Bitcoin. Make it make sense. Maybe I'm stupid. Make it make sense to me. Allow me to understand. Please, let me understand. Maybe the IQ isn't here. Maybe I've suffered way too many concussions in my hockey days. Tell me, explain it to me. Write it on a piece of paper for me. Here, write it on this goddamn book for me, in my notepad. Explain it to me. It's crazy, man. It is probably the craziest shit that I hear. And you know what? It hurts the entire industry. It really does. It hurts the entire industry. You talk about decentralization and free markets, and then when people try to participate in a decentralized free market, you stop them. So you're no better than the centralized markets that don't allow retail to participate or be innovators in a goddamn space. How dare you is really more like it. How dare you preach one thing and do the other? All you guys. And then you wonder why? Then you wonder why people go to other networks and they don't want to buy Bitcoin because they're like Boomer Coin? And you can't do nothing on there because it takes 9 years to vote on it? How long did it take Taproot to come along? Exactly. We'll be right back after this commercial break. I'll spit some more knowledge.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was a promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promised to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto.
This is Houston. T-minus 1 minute until full data blackout. All eyes are on you.
Breaking news. There is an astronaut conducting an emergency repair on a global communication satellite that could go dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto.
This is Houston. T-minus 1 minute until full data blackout. All eyes are on you.
Breaking news. There is an astronaut conducting an emergency repair on a global communication satellite that could go dark at any moment. We have a second angle on this.
Is that guy on FOMO?
Oh, he's just like me for crazy trader.
Yeah, let's get back to it, everybody.
Breaking news. There is an astronaut.
Opportunity cost is simply this. Every position you take is a position you choose over something else.
This just in. According to the astronaut's FOMO account, highest in the room, the satellite has been restored. For now, the crisis appears to be over.
Satellite's up and running. Position's looking good too.
There we go. United States of America representing. Socialism, communism does not work.
Digital assets. Is it better to move money at the speed of light through everything?
People are greedy when they also try to acquire gold. I am here providing electricity and that energy that is necessary. I am the modern day Tony Stark. There we go. United States of America representing. Socialism, communism does not work.
Digital assets. Is it better to move money at the speed of light? Do everything.
People are greedy when they also try to acquire gold. I am here providing electricity and that energy that is necessary. I'm the modern day Tony Stark. There we go. United States of America representing. Socialism, communism does not work.
Digital assets. Is it better to move money at the speed of light? Do everything.
People are greedy when they also try to acquire gold. I am here providing electricity and that energy that is necessary. I'm the modern day Tony Stark. Welcome back. Midnight, Polymarket, Cake Wallet, FOMO. Speaking of, I'm not gonna say nothing bad. You know what? I feel bad. Let's bring out our next guest. He's a part of the Gakshi Media Network. He has a show apparently on here. I've never watched it, but he has a show on here where he talks about all types of stuff. I'm just trying to find the overlay for him. Where is the overlay? It's somewhere here. I can't find it. Okay. We'll have to go ahead and talk to our editor. But hello, Rob Nelson. Welcome to my show. You're muted, as usual. You're muted. I'm not reading your lips.
Sometimes I don't like to talk. I don't like to have to be heard, you know.
What's going on? How's everything? What do you think about the markets? Have you looked at the crypto market?
Oh, I looked at the crypto markets. Certainly I have. Yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, I'm actually kind of a believer that Bitcoin is maybe not. I don't think we're out of a bear market completely, but I definitely think we are on the edge of the end of a bear market, if you will. I don't think we're in a bull market yet, you know, but I definitely think we are. I don't know. Like, to me, it's a question: does Bitcoin sort of top its 82? Does it go back to its high low? You know what I mean? Like, and if it does, I think that's significant. But it's interesting to me because, you know, the Landys of the world, the tea leaf readers, all really put a lot of emphasis on when it reaches a mark that it reached before or goes to a market will reach in the future, and they all look inside these boxes. I'm a little wondering if Bitcoin's starting to break that. If Bitcoin's starting to operate more like traditional, you know, TradFi markets, in which you can't simply say, well, it's last time Microsoft was at blank, now it's going to be at blank. I'm starting to wonder if it's reaching that point where it doesn't actually follow the 4-year timeline. And I don't know that, you know, I get it. It's truly, you joke about Landy. He's going to have a show and he's going to have the astrologers on. Like, they read it like it's like, you know, 4 years ago, 4 years now, here's the high low, here's the 52 mark, here's the 250-day average, whatever. I don't know. It's starting to just seem to operate like in its own little mindset.
Well, it's nice that it made this move. I mean, for the first time, if you're new, like I said this on the show earlier, if you're new to the market and you've never seen a God candle, well, you've just witnessed one. It's a God candle. It went ripping. It was nice to watch. It brought back memories. But I still think that, you know, even though for me personally, I think 60K was bottom. I think that was the bottom. Could Landy be right? Could the rest of the TA guys be right? Could we go to 40, you know, into the high 40s, low 50s? You know, like, could that happen? Could we, by the way, right now, if we go all the way, let's say, to 82, and we hit resistance somewhere there, could we come crashing back down? Yeah. Like, all these things are possible. Like, right now, like, we're almost there. We have bullish sentiment, but we're not bullish on the charts yet. We haven't flipped bullish yet. So you have to take it for what it is. Yeah, I'm glad that everybody's excited. I am glad that You know what? If you got into Bitcoin at 62 and it's in this range right now, it's probably the time for you to think, well, maybe I'm taking profit. Because if I'm looking at the elite TA guys out here, they're all under the impression right now that there will be one leg down. So these are the things that you could think, or you could just not do anything. You could just not do anything and hold Bitcoin, let it do whatever it wants to do. If it goes back to 62, if it goes under 60, you can always buy again. DCA in. That's what I do. I don't trade all day long, look at a goddamn chart all day long trading. No, I DCA. I don't care if I lose $1 million, $2 million extra. I don't care about that. I want sanity. I got a business to build. I want sanity. I want to be able to enjoy life. DCA. Yeah, you see the markets. You have our alerts on. There is no way that you cannot work these markets now. The available tool, Rob, you know what gets me frustrated? The available tools that you have in 2026, AI agents, stop losses, buys, like you could set everything up. If you're feeling like it's going down, set up a buy at 62, 63. DCA. DC fucking A. It's so simple. You don't have to get gray hair from chasing, worrying, not sleeping. Oh my God, I'm gonna go to sleep. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's gonna go backwards or it's going to go up and I'm gonna miss. You don't gotta panic like this anymore. But you know what happens here, Rob? We have so many people in this market still. And this represents what this generation is. When I came into crypto, we didn't have these tools. You had to write out addresses. You had to make sure that the address is right, that you didn't fat finger something and send an amount of money to the wrong address and now you're fucked. Okay, they have everything. These people now, I do not feel bad. These people have every tool at their disposal to be great. This right now, this next market will be the last bull market that has that volatility for you to make 1,000x, 10x, 20x. You won't have it the next run around. I believe that wholeheartedly. You won't have this. But you have it right now. Why aren't you utilizing your AI that you're paying for monthly? Why, and you don't even have to pay for it either. Some of them are free. Why aren't you utilizing everything in front of you to front run the markets? The institutions are telling you what they're doing. They're literally telling you what they're doing. And even if they're lying, you can watch them on chain. Why are you being lazy? You came here to make life-changing money, if not generational. What the fuck are you doing? And then you want to blame somebody else. You want to blame Trump. You want to blame the KOL, the influencer. They told me. They didn't tell me. Motherfucker, you're supposed to be the one who's telling yourself. You're pressing the buy and the sell button. Nobody else. If you listen to an influencer or anybody to make decisions, you're an asshole. You're a 100% grade A asshole that is available for purchase at the local Stop and Shop. Rob, that's how I'm feeling today.
You definitely having a feeling. I feel like you should give yourself some applause. You just went on a little tirade. Yeah, take it all in, man. Take it all in. I'm excited to meet this Rex Liberty guy who's coming on the network. I think I'm super excited about him.
Today, I'm hopeful that he comes on today, but he said that they're rehearsing. The band, the White Thunder, he's the lead singer. They're rehearsing with each other today. Obviously, shout out to Rex, man. What a guy filling in for me on the show. What a guy, man. And he's knowledgeable. And he's been in crypto. And he's been rugged. So I hopefully he'll be on the network. But let me ask you a question. What are people around? Are more people calling you now, Rob? Like, and asking you, hey, should I get into Bitcoin? Should I get into crypto? Or you haven't received those phone calls yet?
No, actually, it's sad in a way. More people are calling me and asking me if they made a mistake
What do you
getting
mean by
into
that?
crypto.
So
Well,
right now, they're actually right
well,
now
not
they're
in the last
telling you-
24 hours,
Oh, okay.
but you know, no, the last 24 hours have been great. But it's funny. I've always told people, I'm not you. I'm not a DCA person. I should be. I definitely enjoy something about the ride. I do like looking at the price of Bitcoin in the middle of the night and thinking, like it shot up last night, like between like 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Like it went up like $1,000 or something. It was fun. I like playing a little with it. I probably should sell a little off and take profit more than I do when it's at a high point. I didn't do it at 120, but I definitely have always seen the Bitcoin space in particular as a unique space to acquire as an asset. And I think I brought a lot of people into that. And I've certainly had a lot of people in the last year call me and ask me, like, did I make a mistake? Why did I do this? You told me blank. I really hate when people say, you told me blank. I love what you were saying when you're like, you're the one that hit the buy or sell button. It's like, you told me Bitcoin would be at blank and now it's not. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was responsible for your decisions. Like, I did tell you what I thought it would be at. I also told you it's a risky asset and it's a risk you take. And I also would tell everyone, make a purchase in Bitcoin, plan on keeping it for 5 years. If you can't do that, don't do it. Like, don't put in there what you want. Yeah, you might get lucky and it goes way up. You also might go down along the way. So put what you want to put there, knowing that you may not touch it for 5 years. You may choose to in the middle, but you may not touch it for 5 years. And what struck me is how many people have said, so I made a wrong decision. And it made me wonder, like, is this the world we live in where decisions are framed in such a short window that you can't go, I'm committing to something for the long term. I'm making a commitment. 5 years isn't forever.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work the way I want it, and I'm not just saying with Bitcoin, I'm now really pissed. Like, this is not what I signed up for. I'm sorry, I thought you signed up for the 5-year plan. I don't know, man. Maybe that's just where we are.
And speaking of where we are, looking at Polymarket, shout out to Polymarket. They're the official prediction market sponsor of this show. I'm looking at Polymarket here, and the Fed decision in September. People are, obviously the Fed is really quiet now. Under Kevin, they're quiet. They don't come out and they don't talk. Okay, it's not like what we're accustomed to. But Polymarket has a 68% that there will be no change to the rates. And then there's a 32% chance that there is a 25 basis point increase. What do you think about that? Like, increasing the rates.
I don't see it happening.
Well, you just said, but is there a chance that? But it will be wild because here's Trump. He nominates a new chair, his own chair, right? Even though he nominated Powell. But that was under his first term, and like, okay, give him a mulligan because he surrounded himself with a bunch of people that were looking out for their best interest.
Right.
But here's Trump's call. Kevin goes in, and now imagine if there's an increase. Like, Trump will go crazy. I mean, they need a lower rate. Trump wants lower rates, not hikes.
Trump will have a shit fit, and he will literally. I mean, to watch the Fed raise rates in September, Trump will literally like go off his fucking rocker. And again, I understand, like you appoint people to things like, it's like Supreme Court justices. The number of Supreme Court justices in the last 50, 60, 70 years who totally went against what the president who appointed them stood for. Like, it's amazing, I mean, even you go back, Chief Justice Warren, one of the guy who put in place so many landmark liberal, if you want to call it that, I'm not against what he put in place, but I'm saying all kinds of things, was appointed by Eisenhower. It's always the Republicans who seem to appoint justices who then don't do what they hope they would do. But if Kevin Walsh were to raise rates, I think Trump would literally just fucking snap. I think this would be worse than appointing justices who don't do what he thought they would do. But to be honest, David, I don't think this current Fed sees interest rates the same way that the last Fed did. I feel like we're moving to a shift where we're starting to realize the way the Fed operates is broken and outdated. They're chasing instead of leading. And I think maybe they get that. So I would be really surprised if they do. To be honest, what's the poly market on them lowering a quarter percentage, 25 basis points?
It's 1%. So it's either they're going to hike it or they're going to leave it as is. I believe that they'll probably leave it as is. It doesn't. I don't see. There shouldn't be a call for a rate hike. I mean, there should be none. And I believe you leave it as is. I think they should do a cut maybe before the end of the year. That would be nice. Unlikely probably, but it would be nice to go ahead and cut a rate. 25.
But why don't they? Why? What about this? What if they just cut 25 basis points in September? What's the downside?
They won't do it. They won't do it.
What's the downside?
They don't feel like the economy's there yet for a cut. So even though the numbers are showing that the economy is heading in the right direction, they don't see. They don't see. For some reason they don't see. I want to look. I'm a part of the camp of get rid of the Fed. In general.
I am.
So it's not like I hate the fact we have a third party in control of our money. Like that is it is wild that and people don't know that. People aren't educated on the fact that the Fed has they're a third party. Some people they're like they're a part of they're a third party. And we have a third party controlling our bank account.
Yep.
So I don't want the Fed, get rid of them. Let the United States of America control the money, our money. Let the administration control the money. Fine, fucking make it Congress. Fuck, now don't make it. I don't even know.
Careful what you ask for.
Yeah, right. The fucking give it to Congress. You'll never get anything.
But I hear you. It's so interesting, and it's sort of a statement to how we accept things, right? It's like people just accept the Fed. Like, well, the Fed said, well, the Fed did, well, the Fed didn't cut interest rates. Who the fuck decided the Fed should decide any of this shit? I mean, I know who decided it. I know our Congress and our government. I don't even remember when the Fed was first crowned. What, under Roosevelt?
Hold on, I believe so. I don't want. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go ahead and Google that.
But it would make sense. It was Roosevelt.
But I think it was.
Like the idea that we gave this outside, committee appointed by the president, who once appointed has supreme power to do whatever the fuck they want without anybody saying yes or no, control. Essentially, we gave them the throttle on the American economy.
Correct.
And we all accept it. Like, well, the Fed's not going to, it's like, well, mom and dad aren't letting me have dinner tonight. It's like, no, like, I would rather let Congress have it. Like, seriously, at least then we could vote them out of office.
Yeah, but they want to do shit. You know how that would work out. They wouldn't do shit. They'd probably get us into more debt and shit. So from some, I don't know who would be in charge or who should be in charge, but I definitely don't want a third party in charge. I don't need a third party telling us what the fuck we're going to do. What I'm also looking at here on Polymarket is the Democratic presidential nominee for 2028. AOC is in the lead now, 18%.
Yep.
Gavin Newsom, 15%. What do you think about that? Do you think that she's making... Do you think she is making a run at the nomination? She got rid of her white boyfriend.
Oh, absolutely, she's making.
She's losing weight. She's freezing her eggs. She's showing images on Instagram or Snap, whatever it is, of her working out. You think that she's ready and primed for a run here?
Yep, I think she's making a run. I think she's ready. I think she's primed, and I would caution everybody to not underestimate her. I mean, I would caution, especially conservatives and Republicans. And what I would say is, go look what the left and liberals and the mainstream did when Trump said he was running. And if you want to go farther back, go look what the mainstream and the press and the media and traditional politics did when Abraham Lincoln was running. I mean, Lincoln was literally mocked. People said, there are headlines in like the New York Tribune or whatever saying, this is, because Lincoln was the first, it was the new Republican Party. They're like, if this is what the Republican Party's got, this party's basically for shit. It's not going to go anywhere. Like, welcome to the world, Republican Party. You're a joke. You got Abraham Lincoln running your fucking ticket, right? Now, he's like on Mount Rushmore. Like now he's like, there's a monument to him in D.C. He fucking saved the Union. But they mocked him, and they mocked Trump, and they said Trump he's a Bud Light candidate. The guy's got nothing, no chops, no ability. The right is going to be in big trouble if they do that to AOC. AOC has everything she needs. She's telegetic. She knows how to use social and mainstream media to her advantage. She knows how to manipulate the cycles, get the message out she wants. She's positioning herself perfectly. Is she a rocket scientist? No. By the way, neither is Donald Trump. President Trump is not a rocket scientist either.
I'm going to disagree with you here because I just feel like I think you're wrong on this one. I really do believe you're wrong on this one. Just because if it comes down to debating, she's not going to be able to debate. If you're talking about she's not going to debate or like even if you, okay, let's put it even this way. Forget about debating JD Vance or Rubio. Okay, forget about even debating them. Let's talk about her debating, potential candidates from her own party. I don't know if she can go against.
Let's line that up. Let's do the exercise. Hold on. Let's do the exercise.
Okay, I'm doing it. You think she can? You think she can battle Newsom?
Absolutely. I'm gonna put.
Hold on. You think she could take on Gavin Newsom?
I'm gonna put 3 people on the table, and I'm gonna qualify this by saying, I want to be super clear. This point is exactly what people said about Trump in 2015. You think he can handle Rubio, Ted Cruz, blah, 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 blah. He fucking dusted them off the table like fucking crumbs on Thanksgiving. So just remember, this is what they said about Trump. He won't be able to handle the intellectual heavyweights, those who are super articulate. That is literally what they said about him. He swept the fucking floor with them all. So let's look at who it could be. Gavin Newsom, Josh Shapiro, and Moskowitz. I'm going to put those 3 guys on the table. They're all white dudes. One's Jewish. I don't know what minority candidates are stepping up for this time on the left. I don't know what transgender, gay, black, Latina women are. Well, AOC's Latina, but other than her, I don't know who else is on the table. You got someone you want to throw on there? Is Kamala coming back?
Look,
is Kamala coming back for a reunion?
She's not. She can't. Look, she can't win against Kamala Harris. Harris is, and I can't believe this, but Harris is a better debater.
Oh, come on.
Hold on. Hear me out. She's a better debater. And by the way, thank you, Polymarket, for this. Polymarket is the prediction market sponsor of the breakdown. And I go there to get the real gauge of what's happening, what people are actually thinking. Like, that's the difference. I can actually figure out what people are actually thinking when it comes to who they want to vote for, unlike the pollsters that always continuously get it wrong lately. They call 5 people and 3 people pick up, and that's their polling. But Kamala Harris would wipe the floor with AOC. And hold on, but listen to what I'm saying. The woman you voted for would wipe the floor with AOC. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So I understand what you're saying. I don't know why you're saying it, but yeah, it's like AOC,
I'm not calling
you're
AOC.
You're missing the fucking.
No, because you keep comparing her to Trump. Trump is a witty. Hold on. I don't want to say that AOC isn't smart. That wouldn't be fair. I'm not an asshole like that.
You can say whatever you want.
No, but I'm saying I could say that, but I'm sure AOC is smart. But when it comes to debating and being quick on your feet, I've watched her in interviews where she doesn't need to be quick, and she's unable to articulate. She doesn't know. She doesn't know geopolitics. She doesn't know a lot of stuff. So if she confronts somebody from her own party that actually knows something, they will wipe the floor with her, and they will make her look bad. You giving me? Hold on, I'm gonna land it. You saying that she's gonna be the Trump of the Democratic Party? Trump came in. If you watch those primaries, he came in and he just said, fuck it. I'm not doing this PC political talk. I'm going right after your asses, and I'm going to talk about what all you guys do wrong and how you all get paid off and you don't give a but when he was witty and he can talk and he's smart, he don't get credit for that, but he's smart.
Yeah.
You're telling me AOC can pull a Trump, the wit that he had? You're crazy, bro. You are crazy, my brother.
So here's what I'm gonna say. And I'm not saying she is Trump. I'm saying she's like Trump in a different way.
No.
I'm going to ask everyone to rewind the tapes in their heads. It is so easy to talk about Donald Trump in 2026, the most powerful man on the planet, who has literally proven he could survive anything. You think you're Iron Man or whatever you say, and you're I love your intro thing. You know, you think you're Tony Stark. I mean, you know, the guy survived not physical assassination attempts, but a political assassination attempt by an entire fucking government, the most powerful government in the world, to bring him down, and the judiciary to bring him down, and the attorney generals of major states to bring him down. He survived an assault, a media, the most powerful voice mainstream in this country. He survived all that. To talk about Donald Trump in 2026, you are talking about a titan who literally carried it on his shoulders and rebuilt the Republican Party. I am not saying Donald Trump is Abraham Lincoln, but there are two figures with a middleman, Ronald Reagan, who redefined a major political party, the Republican Party, in history. One was Lincoln, who started it. One was Reagan, who redefined it. The third is Trump, who literally took it like a fucking riding a bull and fucking roped it in.
And you think AOC is going to do that?
No, I'm saying in 2015, people went on the airwaves, on the web, on the internet, on all mainstream media outlets, just like we're doing here. And they said, you think Donald Trump is going to blah, 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 blah. And everyone laughed at it. What you're saying now is what they said about him then. Now, am I saying,
oh my God.
Hold on, let me land the plane, as you like to say. Am I saying she is
already,
him?
bro.
Am I saying, whatever, dude, fucking, I got some room for the runway here. Do I think she is him? No and yes. I think she has a different set of skills. She has an uncanny ability, which she's proven in the last couple of weeks, to read the room of what people want to hear, to feel challenged, related, and to make herself relevant. I love the glasses. Bring Rex Liberty on. She is going to surprise you in the debates. She is not going to stumble, fumble. She's not going to do a Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is a fucking sycophant. Kamala Harris literally will say, do whatever, and she stumbles on herself because she's trying so hard to please everyone. AOC will surprise you. She will do, spin, pivot, and react in ways that the public's like, wow, I kind of like what she said. She's speaking a common truth. Donald Trump spoke a common truth. Underestimate AOC. I'm not saying she's Trump, but you underestimate. I said this 2015. Underestimate Trump, you'll regret it. I'm going to say underestimate AOC, you'll regret it. They're not the same, but there's a similarity. Plane has landed. Put your glasses on. Bring in Rex.
I think.
Bring in
Rex,
your fucking alter ego.
What are you? I am not Rex Liberty, bro. Like, you keep saying this. I'm not Rex Liberty. Okay, I've tried to get him onto the show. I hope he comes on, but like, I am not Rex.
Can you
Liberty.
show a picture of Rex? Can you show us a picture of Rex?
Yes, like I'm sure. Hold on, I'm
Rex?
sure I can find a picture of him.
Can we see
somewhere.
a picture of your doppelganger? Can we see a picture of you?
It's not me. It's if we look similar. It's not me though.
Let's put it on Polymarket. Is this David? Is this David Bernstein or not?
It's not me. It's like
Right,
weird.
Let's see Rex. What's his band called? Vanilla Ice?
No. It's Rex.
Does he lip sync like they did?
No, this is not me. You keep saying it's me. It's not.
Look at that. Same glasses too. Same. You guys go on a shopping spree and get those glasses together.
Everybody has Ray-Bans. Big deal. Like, okay.
So,
That's
ladies
funny.
and gentlemen, meet Lex Liberty.
Yeah, everybody
Rex
met
Liberty.
him. They love him, and that's why we're trying to sign him to G Media. But that's not
David
me.
Gockstein. Welcome to the Fight Club 2026, right here on Gockstein Media.
Okay, I guess so. But ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to get Rex signed to G Media. But again, like I said, he has rehearsals today. I tried to get him on to the program. I wanted him to be a guest for 12:45 to go ahead and talk about, everything that's happening in the markets. Obviously, you heard his story. He came into the markets after retiring because he's not full-time anymore. But after being the #1 band in New Jersey, especially having a hit record out there in Marlboro, New Jersey, I think he said, he went into crypto and he started dabbling. He's been rugged before, but he's ready for this market, he said. He's absolutely ready. And we're trying to get him on once a week. Rob has a fascination with him. I think Rob saw Rex and he was blown away. I was blown away. I think everybody was blown away by Rex Liberty. And apparently they're going on tour within the town in New Jersey. Well, they'll be playing every rec room. They'll be playing their hit song from the 80s, White Chocolate. And apparently he was inspired by, or the band was inspired by Deep Purple.
Inspired by Vanilla Ice.
And Deep Purple, and no, but he's a rock star. He's not a rapper. So there you go. Shout out to Rex, man. Rex, what a guy, man.
You know what's fascinating to me, if you want to put the tin foil or the pink thing on, is
you love putting pink on.
It's amazing that you guys both have the same little white thing in your goatee thing there. It's just amazing. The similar, I'm gonna say, if you're gonna make a doppelganger AI, alter ego, maybe change it up a little. Maybe put some stuff on there for him so it looks like
the guy is older than me, so I have no clue, man. If I have a few white hairs on my beard, I mean,
what is he? He's got to be 50. You're 45. He's 50.
I'm so lost.
You're 45. He's 50.
Okay, call me 45. You can keep making up these numbers to make yourself feel younger. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Ever since you've seen the thirst traps, which to me, they're just workout pictures, but they have been classified as thirst traps, and you've been very angry. You have been absolutely angry. Let's go and look at some of my workout pictures. Okay,
I'm gonna start getting mine. I'm gonna get mine. This shit put you to shame.
Listen, let's look at my workout pictures, man. I think you're a little bit angry or something. I don't know.
If you've seen my workout pictures, there'd be no anger here. And I'm 50% older than you. Whatever. And
okay, that's great. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Are you angry because I look like this? I mean, and my definition is even better now too. But this is impressive. I mean, I'm not taking steroids or anything. This is me. Are you hurt by this because somebody said I'm a thirst trap?
You look like Samson. It's like you're a thirst trap.
You don't have a body like that. One can only dream to have a body like that.
Well,
that's natural. Look at that.
It's interesting. It's like you look like the Hulk. It's sort of like I'd be scared. I'd be scared of that, but I'd sort of look at it like a superhero.
Of course, you're scared of that. Never seen something like that.
You'd be scared of that, but it's sort of comical. It's like the Hulk. It's like you could be good or bad with that much power. But it's sort of not I'm just be honest. It's not like the average woman's hot. The thing that guys misunderstand is women don't like meatheads. They like guys who are more they like muscle. They like this. They like someone who's like toned, got
Yeah,
muscle
I'm
definition,
toned.
all
I'm
that. They
toned.
don't want you to be this. They don't like.
Look, I'm sitting in my sauna. Look at this. I'm not flexing. It's just me sitting in my sauna. Look at it. And my chest, like you could just. I'm not veiny. I've never set out to be veiny and appear on like a fucking Mr. Olympia type of fucking event. No, I just work out. I train. Look at that. That's perfection. That's sent from God.
Wow.
Look at that. You can't deny that. What are you smoking? You're a hater. You're absolutely hating. Look at that. Look, yo, I am a beautiful individual. I gotta say, man.
You're not going to be able to fully see it, but I'm going to do my best.
Nobody cares. They're watching me. Look at that. They're like, oh my God.
So let me show you. This is the contrast right here. This is what women like. See that?
Let's see what this guy thinks women like.
They like the definition.
Bro, you look like you're
turning it down. You turning it down on me there. Look,
I'm not
they
turning
like the
nothing
six
down.
pack, the ripples, the muscles. They don't need your neck to be popping. They don't need to see your neck popping. Women like power, compact power.
You know what I've noticed about you?
And by the way,
No.
Hold on. By the way, that's a 60-year-old guy. That's a 60-year-old guy. When you're 60, all those big fucking bulky things are going to be sagging down on you.
You know what's funny? You know what?
Maybe at 50. I don't know. Are you 45 or are you 42?
At this point, you're gonna make me 60. You know, you are just a hater. You know what I've noticed? How much of a hater you are.
I'm not a hater, dude. But
hold on, I told you somebody put me on a billboard, unbeknownst to me. What do? You don't even give a fuck about the conversation. You start looking for a picture of you on the billboard.
I was on a bigger billboard. I was in Times Square.
Think about it. You're such a hater. You were like,
put you to shame. I was in Times Square.
No. You were. I was in Times Square also. I was on the big screen in Times Square too. NFT NYC. They put my ass on the goddamn big board. You know why? They were like, that is the most electrifying, good looking. Oh my God, God made him to perfection. The DNA, nobody can ever say or stand in the same place as him. Teeth are white, hair is black. Oh my God, look, it is a wrap.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Andrew Tate to the floor.
You look at that individual and you're like, man, that is aura. You come out with your picture of a billboard, nobody can goddamn see it. That shit's from like 1964. I don't know who the hell painted it on. You know, they still painted shit back then, right? They painted your billboards on. I'm on a fucking TV, big ass TV out in Times Square, representing New York, where I'm born from.
You know,
then somebody showcases my workout pictures, and you say, well, hold on one second. Not even giving me a compliment for working out and training. You come out with your, look at my little fancy picture here. You're probably wearing pink underwear.
Perez Hilton got hold of those pictures and decided to showcase them to somebody. Somebody happened to leak the pictures of me to my own media platform where they suddenly were on socials.
Is it my fault that Taylor looked at my Instagram? I didn't tell Taylor to look at my Instagram. Taylor came onto my show saying, well, what about these thirst traps? I didn't know that she was going to, and you come on my show the next time. You're like, well, Mr. Thirst Trap, and then you start showing off your pictures. Nobody gives a fuck. Congratulations. You know what I did? Because I'm not a hater. You didn't even know this. You'll probably remember this. 4 or 5 weeks ago, what did David do? I said, I saw a video of you, Rob, and you were lifting while Taylor was on you. And I said, that's pretty cool. No hate in my blood. Just like, hey, here's a compliment. That was pretty cool. And it wasn't a backhanded compliment either. I'm good at those, but I didn't give you one.
Sorry, I must have missed that. I must have missed when you did that. I must have missed when you did that.
You come on here every single time. I must have missed
when you did that.
I said it was pretty cool that Taylor was standing on you and you were still able to lift and bench.
Did you show the video?
Did you show the video? Phone call conversations with me.
Did you show the video?
Hey, Dave. I don't know how to take this anymore. I think you like me. I
Did you
think
show
you
the
like
video?
me
Did you
more
show the
than as a
video?
friend.
Did you
That's
show
what
the
I'm
video
trying
of
to
me
say.
benching with her on my stomach? Did you show the video? No.
I showed the video. I showed the video,
Not
and I
on the
gave
show
you a
with me on. You
compliment.
didn't show it with me
And
on.
I gave you a compliment. That's what non-haters do. When people aren't haters, they can acknowledge, hey, that's a cool little thing.
Yeah,
You
well,
call me, hey, can I get 5 minutes? Okay. You call me and say, how much do you bench? Like, bro, we're supposed to talk business. You're asking me how much I bench?
how much
Are
do
you
you bench?
trying to be my boyfriend?
How much do you bench?
Are you trying to go out with me,
I
bro?
wanna know
Are
how much you
what
bench.
is happening here?
You know, you can't do a Jen Psaki circle back. How much do you bench?
I bench enough, 64 pounds. I bench 64.
Well, see, you fucking can't handle the truth. You can't even answer the truth.
I want you.
I'm gonna ask. I want to ask Rex
Rob,
Liberty.
no
these
Diddy,
questions.
no Diddy, Rob, no Diddy here. Look at me, aura maxing, but I don't need to aura max. I am aura, and the rest of these motherfuckers max. Okay, I am the definition of aura. I walk into a room, it lights up.
Well,
I walk into any place, a rec room, lights up. I am him, Effie Johnson.
And you may have just answered what I think Trump and AOC have in common, which is they both have a confidence that they believe when they walk in the room, everybody else should fucking pay attention. And that is, oddly enough, something a lot of candidates, even at the presidential level, don't have. They beg for attention. They beg for people to notice them. They beg for the media to focus on them. They may be a senator, they may be a governor, they may be high profile. The Kamala Harris, they're begging. They're so, can I please. Trump and AOC have a unique thing where they actually feel like they're the most important person in the room every time. And that is the way you do. That is a powerful quality. They walk in the room and think, I'm the most fucking important person here, and you all should fucking listen to me.
I think I got a lot to say. I think my presidential run in 10 years will be epic. I think it will change the dynamics. I think I will be able to bring peace to. I really do think I can bring peace to the world. I'm not even kidding when I say that. I'm not trying to be funny either. I know you hate that. I know you wouldn't vote for me because you're a Democrat socialist at this point.
No, you know what? I wouldn't vote for the idea that anybody thinks they can bring peace to the world.
Yeah,
Donald
I think
Trump
I'm that
tried
guy.
line.
I could sit down with Putin.
I
and
can solve the Ukraine-Russia war in a day. I can fix this in a
Hear
minute.
me out. I sit down with Putin, and I'm like, Putin, слушай, давай поговорим тут. Слушай, нам не надо тут воеваться. Okay? Не надо. Давай поговорим. Я хочу тут было мир. Мир тут был. Уже enough. Война, тут война столько долго уже было.
You can tell Putin that it's time to put the guns down. We've had.
But he would respect. He will respect
you
me.
speaking Russian. Maybe.
No, he will respect the
He's gonna
fact.
be dead. He's gonna be dead by the time you.
And whoever it is that I sit down with from the Russian side, I would lay it the smackdown on their candy asses. Yes, that's from The Rock, but I would do that.
You know what's interesting? Is really interesting to me is we really do not talk about succession outside of the U.S. very often. Like, I wonder what Polymarket thinks. Who's going to replace Putin? Putin doesn't live forever. He's old.
I think Putin's going to be replaced by
who takes over? Nobody even. I'm sure inside the CIA, inside the intelligence.
No, I think the guy who was president after Putin, stepped down.
I don't think so.
I think it's going to be. I think his name starts with an M.
I don't think he. I swear to God, secession there. Ukraine, who takes over after Zelensky, and Netanyahu, who takes over after Bibi.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm in the current. I live in the present. Okay, I live in the present.
Oh, that's very convenient. You live in the present, except when you want to live in the future or the past. No.
I'm saying I live in the present moment.
I want to call bullshit on everybody. The only reason there's a poly market is because people don't live in the present. when people are like, I live in the present, I'm always like, right. Until you want to be mad about something that happened yesterday or last year or 6 months ago or pointed out, or you want to project something you're planning on doing, becoming, seeing, and realizing in your future. I live in the present, but I'm going to one day be blank. I live in the present, but I'm really fucking pissed at you for doing that yesterday. Very, very few human beings actually live in the present. It is such a rare thing. You know who lives in the present? My dog lived in the present, Yogi. He lived in the fucking present. He thought about right now, which is why every day breakfast was the best moment of his life ever, because he was in the present. Best time ever. I'm getting breakfast. Best time ever. I'm with my puppy daddy. Best time ever. Well, next day, same thing. Why? Because he was in the present. Didn't remember yesterday. He remembers the present. You're not in the present, dude. You're thinking
Rest
in the past.
rest in peace to your dog. I know how much you loved him, and dogs are great. They're great. They're even better than people. So
Yep.
God bless your. Rest in peace. What was his name?
Yogi.
Rest in peace to
Yogi
Yogi.
the bear. Big chocolate.
Anyway,
lab.
big news did come out from the SEC. They came out with guidelines. They're now waiting for Congress to go ahead and make up their minds whether to pass clarity or not.
Right.
They're coming out with their own thing because they can do that. At least for the next 2 years, people will have clarity. Businesses will have clarity. Innovators will have clarity on how to work within the crypto ecosystem. So that's great. Institutions and kind of retail in this. CFTC is also pretty bullish on, the same guy. The head of the SEC, the CFTC, give a lot of respect to the SEC. They look like they're working together. They're on the same page. That wasn't a thing 6 years ago. They are on the same page now. I think they're going to come out with similar guidelines, allowing crypto to innovate and allow us to be the crypto capital of the world. So it was good to hear that. Hopefully, the Clarity Act. Apparently, they're talking that September 15th. A lot of people are saying that it might get passed. Again, it's not 100%, but it has a strong possibility of passing. We shall see. Again, it's not the same bill that is now in effect or now being thrown out there in Congress, but at least it's a bill. And we've had Parian Boring on here, who I deeply respect, Digital Chamber. She's worked tirelessly for the crypto space to get rules and regulation passed for us. She doesn't think it's going to get passed, but what she did say is that, pass anything at this point, not pass anything, but pass this and then work on it, because only 2% of all bills are passed ever, so it's like 2% out of all the bills that are ever put forth are passed. So, okay, let's pass it. You give clarity to the institutions and to multi-billion dollar individuals.
I don't think the Clarity Act passes either.
But I'm saying if it does, then you have trillions of dollars that pour into this industry. Regardless, I want to say this. I want to say this regardless. At the end of the day, crypto wasn't made for the institutions. Institutions participate because anybody can participate in the free markets. But at the end of the day, retail, you got time to front run all this shit. And I'm going to keep saying that. So yeah, those are the things that came out. That's great. And
before I go, I'm going to tell you what crypto was made for. By the way, notice how you always have your guests in like a third of the screen, so you get 2/3.
No, I felt like
you can't share. You can't do 50-50. You ever notice that? You always put your guests.
I always do this with you. I always do this.
No, this is new. Normally,
I always do this with you. But you don't. You see, you're forgetful because you forgot that Landy's on here. And
I don't see Landy. Am I missing?
Yeah, Landy's not here. And it's usually depending on the guest, if they're important, I will go ahead and go this screen. If they're not important, I usually might, go.
You've had me in the third screen the whole time, just so you know.
I should have had you here.
And know how much better I look when I'm in the. Notice how much better it looks when I'm 50% of the screen.
Maybe I could do this. Maybe this is a better. This is better here.
You can do whatever you want. What I'm saying is, it's how we perceive things. When you give me this much space, I look like I'm your equal. the media it's very subtle how what we present, what gets through makes it matters. It matters. And here's my point. Where it didn't matter was they tried very hard to diminish President Trump when he was president, when he wasn't president.
So now you're putting you're putting yourself in the same category as me, trying to belittle you.
For some
Am I
reason,
trying to make you look small, Rob?
Rob, are you
butthurt? Are you butthurt on this program today?
No, I'm making a point. Well, you can't even hear the point.
No, look, you're stuttering.
I'm
you're
making
stuttering.
a point.
You're all over the place.
It's very subtle how we will absorb and perceive things, and certain people will push through that. Donald Trump was one of them. I think you're going to be surprised by AOC, and then when it
how did this go back to Trump and AOC when I was talking about the SEC and how SEC and the CFTC have literally coming out here with guidelines going pro crypto and establishing things that will allow us to win.
I'm trying to get there.
Go ahead.
I actually think the truth is, and I'm not sure who truly invented crypto, but I think crypto was designed for AI to pay AI. Agentic agents will pay each other in crypto.
Well,
I really think that will be one of its greatest utilities.
Charles Hoskinson was on here yesterday, and he said something where the government made crypto, and we took it from them, and we made it better. And now you have AI, and we should be doing the same thing, taking AI and making it better and combining crypto with AI. And he made a valid point that made me think about it. I literally thought about what he said yesterday, and even today, the entire day, I've been thinking about that. Yeah, take AI and what they've created, bring it here to crypto and make it better and integrate it the right way into this ecosystem. Because remember, right now, AI is in the hands of the mighty powerful Googles and Anthropics and OpenAI, and it's not open. Now you bring it into crypto, you bring it into our industry. Now we can make it permissionless and we can make it open. We can make it open source. We can understand
theoretically. I think that ship's left. I think it's almost impossible.
It hasn't, because the ship could have left for crypto also, and it didn't.
Now
it takes somebody who is willing to go ahead and really take AI to the next level and integrate it correctly into the space.
I don't think there's any.
You think AOC is going to be the next president?
I didn't say she's going to be the next president. I said,
no, you know what? I think you're a part of the Democrat Socialist Association. I really think
that's how far your head's up your ass.
DSA written all over you.
You know
what? That hat that you're wearing right now should say not TNB. It should say DSA supporter, not supply, but supporter.
You and President Trump share something in common, which is whenever you
one thing we don't share is a pink little fluffy
whenever you hit a point of resistance, your approach is to try to totally
don't stutter up now. Don't stutter up now.
I'm trying to think of the right word.
You don't know words. You want me to help you with words?
No, it is that you go like scorched earth on it. There's not like I disagree with you on a point. It's like Marjorie Taylor Greene is a traitor to America. It's like she's actually not. She's actually partly why you're president, and she disagrees.
She's not the reason why Trump is president.
Oh my God. She without Mark. Oh, you're drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. Without
who she is anymore.
Without MTG, she gets no fucking traction in Congress. Please. She led the fucking charge by herself when everyone else, when no one wanted to when mainstream Republicans, including probably you, had written him fucking off, written him for dead. We're moving on. He's gone. She fucking held the flag. Okay. She fucking ran the banner in there. She fucking American revolutionized. She held the mega fucking flag. And then they all got on board. But
you are a goddamn Democrat. Oh my God. It is coming out of you, bro. You are a Democrat.
This is what you do.
No, but it's true. Why is everybody, hold on. Why does everybody in my audience believe that you're a Democrat? It's not me saying it because you have
Because,
Democrat
David,
written all over you.
Because, David, because you've got a bunch of followers who
Oh,
hear
here we
everything you
go.
say like it's
course,
the
of
gospel.
course.
The gospel according to David.
Of course.
And Rex Luthor just happens to
Luthor.
literally have all your mannerisms, but he's not you. Gee,
Lex
don't bring it.
Lex Luthor. Who the fuck is Lex Luthor?
Lex Luthor's actually the bad guy in
Yeah,
Superman.
who the fuck is that?
Rex Liberty, whatever.
That is so disrespectful to Rex. Rex, I apologize. We have this guy here who's batshit crazy, bro. I have no clue what's wrong with him. Anyway, it was nice to have you on here, Rob.
I'll talk to you.
And I'll see you next week, and I'll also come onto your show on Wednesday.
Yeah, so you say.
Next Wednesday.
If
Yeah,
you're
so I'd
fucking
say.
not scared. You're not scared.
Listen.
Good to be here.
Anyway, I hope you. I know you have to go. I know you have a campaign to AOC, DSA. Hope that goes well with the 3 people
Yeah,
that
go
show
take
up.
full screen. tell your devoted followers whatever message you want them to believe.
I will.
About the future.
That's
life.
you know what's great about this? That's what the privilege of having your own show, right? The privilege of being able to have your own show, and you can say what the fuck you want on the
You know,
show.
David.
It's amazing.
You know. Honestly,
just say it. I'm great. You look at me and you're like, man, that guy.
You know, Justin Bieber said it best. Go love yourself.
Yep. Okay, and I will. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you. That is Rob Nelson, a veteran of Fox. His own shows. He's had them on Fox. He's had them. And he's now on this network bitching and complaining about me. Working out, looking good, staying in shape. I don't know. I don't know what's up, man. Why are people so jealous, man? Well, man, appreciate. Don't be envious. Appreciate me. Anyway, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto.
This is Houston. T-minus 1 minute until full data blackout. All eyes are on you.
Breaking news. There is an astronaut conducting an emergency repair on a global communication satellite that could go dark at any moment. We have a second angle on this.
Is that guy on FOMO?
Oh, yeah, it's like me for crazy trader.
Yeah, let's get back to it, everybody.
Breaking news. There is an astronaut.
position you choose over something else.
This just in. According to the astronaut's FOMO account, highest in the room, the satellite has been restored. For now, the crisis appears to be over.
Satellite's up and running. Position's looking good too.
There we go. United States of America representing.
I agree
Social
with you.
communism does not work.
Digital assets. Is it better to move money at the speed of light? Do everything.
People are greedy when they also try to acquire gold. I am here providing electricity and that energy that is necessary. I'm the modern day Tony Stark. Welcome back to the program. I think we've touched base on everything today. Rob is upset that Augie's not in his portfolio. Probably is. I'm really. Should I retweet the show on X? Should I retweet, guys? You want to retweet the show? Maybe we talk about Augie. I will stay on here if Augie hits 100K. You got 30. It's 3:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will stay on until 3:30 if Augie hits 100K. 100K market cap. Let's see what the community can do. Let's see what the community. You know what? It's really not about that, but let's see. Could we go ahead and flip? Can we flip? How about this? Can we flip Toad? This Temu version. This Temu version of Augie. Can we flip this today? Or can we show some signs of life? Like, why should I tweet about it? If there's a community, if there is a community that is about that life, why do you need me? You don't need me. I've already went in. Like, I can show you. I'm on FOMO, man. I've already went in. Let's go ahead. Hold on. Let me reload this. Bring on FOMO here. I'm already in this. Hold on. I'm on FOMO right now. Look at that. It looks so, it looks so, it has time. It has had time to cook. You can look at this right now. Look at this chart, man. Look at it has had time to cook. That is what you're looking at. It went up, down, up, accumulated, up, got to a different level here, went down, up again. It wants to. If we're talking about the frog markets, you just got to include Augie in the picture. Augie is a trendsetter. Augie was the inspiration for Matt Fury when he made Pepe. There are people that will say that, hold up, because a lot, he looked at the ship from Argentina. There was a Pepe-ish kind of frog. He looked. At the end of the day, he came out and he went into multiple papers stating the fact that Augie was the inspiration. Again, I don't expect this shit to go to millions yet. That can happen next week, a month, 6 months. It depends. It's when the market decides. I always say the market will ultimately decide the winner. That is it, bottom line. The market decides the winner. The market truly decides. Bottom line. Now, ultimately, you don't have to go in to support. You could just talk about it. I say this all the time. Even the white bull movement or the movement that I have going, you don't got to be in it. You could just support. I say that all the time. You could just be supportive. We could support each other, especially when you know the shit ain't VC backed. Especially when it's not VC backed. The VCs hate it when I talk like this. What is this? Where the hell did I jump to, man? Fuck did I jump to? Fuck is that? Anyway. I like Augie. I do like Augie. I hope it wins out. Listen, 3 years ago, whatnot, I talked about Augie when it was on Ethereum. That shit went to 7 million. Now you have this that's on Solana. You guys threw it in here. I went in. I love nothing more than to see this pop off. That's really it. Listen, I don't know who's leading, whatever. Listen, whoever's leading this shit should be fucking going ape shit. That's bottom line. And again, I feel like I have to address this every single day. It's really, this is going to be the last time I address this. It really is. Because I want to make sure, because I do, and I say this all the time, since day one, I care about my audience. I care about the people that tune into me. There have been people that have tuned into me since the very beginning. That's 2016. Tuned into me to hear my thoughts, to hear me on a podcast talking about the industry. At the end of the day, I'm going to say this again, I'm going to say this loud and clear. And I'm not even angry saying this either. I've had a brand before any of this stuff. Okay? I made a wallet. I made a wallet on Pump. I said I'm buying memes. Okay? That's all I said. I'm buying memes. And then I got sent 5 different white bulls. Okay? During that process. And I've looked also, there's over 100 plus white bulls that have been created. I will ultimately decide what I go with, if I go with anything. And that's what I've been saying since day one. And I've said, if you want to support me, you want to get behind the real movement, you want to go ahead and heal the space, let's do it. Let's do it, but it doesn't need a token. It doesn't need anything. It really doesn't. I've bull posted, but that's only because I've been the bull since 17. I've had pictures created of myself, not by me, but others creating pictures of me as the bull. I've always been the bull. So, to make it even more clear, if you've gone into certain things, you've gone into things based on your theory of where I'm going. And I keep saying that I haven't chose anything. And this is not me fudding or anything. It's just I haven't chose anything. I haven't picked anything. And the whole message has continuously been, if I bless something, if I endorse something, I'll let you know. That's why I say it every single day, because I'm not going to be the bad guy. I will not be the bad guy. I will not be the bad guy. And I will not be guilt tripped into anything. I've talked to people in the DMs. I said, hey, I'm not talking about anything. I haven't endorsed anything. I haven't done anything. I want to, and I always say this, I want to reply to your messages. I can't because you guys put in tickers. If I reply, then it means that, hey, I'm acknowledging something. At the end of the day, I built the brand. I built a top brand. People have acknowledged that my brand is top. And I'm going to move accordingly so I don't ruin my brand and that I don't hurt anybody, because my intentions are always pure. Bottom line. So whatever, like I said, I'm going right back to it. Whatever I deem to choose, it will be my decision and my decision only. And y'all are gonna have to respect that shit already. That's it. Bottom line, man. And I'm not even frustrated anymore because I've already said it ad nauseum. I feel like I repeat myself every single time I come onto this show. And it's almost not making it fun either. It's like it's not making it fun because it almost feels like I'm being pushed into making a choice that benefits people rather than benefits what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to do what I want to do. That's it. Bottom line, I love you guys, but I will do what I want to do. Okay? And hopefully y'all respect it. And if you don't, I'm not the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy. Bottom line. I'm done talking about it. I will no longer address this. You know why? Because I've addressed it every single day. I've addressed it every single day. And all I've asked was, do you guys want to rally behind a movement? And do you want to rally behind me as I go toe to toe? Community versus VCs. Community brings back the fucking energy that the space used to have, because I'm going to do it regardless. So it's like I get to pick that. And if you ride with me, and I'm going to say this one last time, if you're riding with me and you fuck with the message and you fuck with that movement, then you will fuck with whatever I decide to go ahead and do. By the way, now I got to stay on here until 3:30 because we just hit 104 on Augie. Here live on FOMO. Augie, 104.1K. And that is not a radio station either. And that is not a radio station either. You know what it is? I feel like I need to explain myself every single day. You know why? Because I really do give a shit. I care, but at some point, I can't talk about this anymore. I cannot continue to talk about the same thing and be repetitive and say it over and over again. Like my brothers and sisters, I love y'all. I want to win with all you guys, but I make the decision. It's my brand. That's it. Bottom line. Y'all can't send me something and then tell me what I need to choose. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. That's not fair to me. I pick what I want to pick. And we'll make sure that the whole community rallies behind everything that we do. That's what I'm about. That's it. I'm building out here. I'm building, bro. It might sound like I'm frustrated, but it's only because I want people to hear me, because I'm not somebody who just like fucking plays around with emotions and shit. Like I don't do these things. So hear me when I'm saying this. Hear me. Hear me when I'm saying these things, man. I fucking came on here to just buy memes, to showcase the real memes. That's all I wanted to showcase, the real memes. You see, there it goes, the guilt trip. Listen, like again, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it one last time. I'm going to pick what I pick. And that's it. And by the way, the movement's the movement. So you got the movement. There is a movement happening. I got a lot of people in my DMs. I'm talking to a lot of people. They appreciate everything that I'm doing because I don't need to be doing any of this. So that's it. Done. I'm not talking about it no more. I said it. You can replay this. You can put this in the archives. We are 110 right now. 110. Is Augie on its way to flipping the Temu version of itself, which is Toad? Much respect to the community, I guess, in Toad. But is Augie on its way? I believe in Augie. Yo, how cool would it be if Augie goes ahead and flips Toad? That means the community sends a message The community will send a message saying that we don't give a fuck about your VC shit. That we make the meta. Nobody else but us. We make the meta, not the VCs. That hate me. By the way, the VCs hate memes. The VCs absolutely hate the memes. And now they're here pushing their own people and pushing their own meta out here participating in the memes. Fuck nah. Get the fuck out of here. I remember how you guys used to terrorize me about the memes. Y'all hate memes. Y'all hate the culture. Y'all hate meme culture. Now you're trying to extract from it. Hell nah. The community shall win. I'm telling you, when this movement gets going, this is going to be bigger than what Roaring Kitty Deep Fucking Value Part 2 had. And y'all go on national TV crying. You hear this guy? He has his own show. He's out there on the breakdown. He's telling the people to come together against us. Oh my God, somebody help us. Brick by brick, we will show them. Brick by brick, watch. We will show them. Not today, it'll be tomorrow. If not tomorrow, next month. Not next month, 6 months from now, we will show them that we run it. We. And I'm not talking French, but we run it. Love seeing that, man. Love seeing that. So you have Augie's over 100. Can it hold it? Is the question. Can it hold over 100? We shall see. I'm actually happy right now. I'm watching Augie at over 100. Over 100. And now people might laugh. They might laugh and say, ew, that's only 100. David, I thought you had motion. Watch and wait. We will see. This whole motion situation, we'll talk about it in the next few weeks, maybe months. We shall see. Let it play out. Why are y'all so scared? The first thing you point to is motion. Good cooks take time. That's it. I don't want this shit to go to millions yet. I want the foundations to be fucking built. If we gone into this, we need to build the foundation. We need to just continue to build the foundation around it. This movement is going to be psychotic. What we're going to accomplish is going to be epic. Epic. The movement will be epic. It will be something you'll want to watch at IMAX, in an IMAX movie theater. It's going to be epic. You'll get hit in 3D with it. 4D, whatever. 5D chest. We're doing this. We shall send them a message. Elvis, shut your mouth and go ahead and participate. Go call your grandmother. Tell her, man, Grandma, I know you're watching Grandpa play dominoes, but Augie's moving. It's over 100. We got to get on it. Trade the welfare checks. Trade the Social Security checks for some crypto. Elvis is my biggest fan. He's one of my biggest fans. I love it. Elvis, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. Elvis is probably selling on us too, man. Anyway, Augie did well. Went under 100 now, apparently. So that means, yeah, Rob is eyeing, probably Kamala. On that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been 3 hours. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show. I don't know. I might do a pop-up show on a space. I might go ahead. I don't know. I might go ahead and do another live show later on tonight. I might just do a show all about crypto where I go ahead and buy crypto up. Maybe I do it on TikTok. Maybe I do it on X. Maybe I do it on Kick. I'll let you guys know. But I would love to see tonight Augie make a move. It would be really cool to see Augie make a move on a Friday night. Holy shit, Augie's at 114. 114 Augie. How do I get off? Augie's at 114. Let's go. And nobody even knows about this. This is crazy. Nobody besides anybody who watches this show. And we have a lot of people that watch the show from a political standpoint, and they're not into crypto yet. Guys, you got to come into crypto, okay? You got to come into crypto. The ultimate goal is Bitcoin. But you got a lot of people that are here that aren't participating in crypto because they're in here for sports, politics. A lot of people tune in for crypto. But then I have a whole audience that misses me and they want me to be on Spaces talking about this. Maybe I'll go on Spaces and talk about Augie. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Wait to screw over a group of holders. Who did I screw over? Show me where I said something and I screwed somebody over. Go ahead. You don't have nothing. And that's the point. This is what I don't like. So I'm gonna say this. What Elvis is saying is what some people are thinking. So I will acknowledge this one last time. What Elvis is saying is what some people are thinking. So let me address it. Elvis is a holder of something that I did not go ahead and endorse and I didn't call at all. Okay? I have 5 in my wallet. I am the bull. 2017-18 pictures and art was created of me as being as so. And here you have Elvis. If I don't, and I've got plenty of DMs in my DMs saying that people are being told to go into one specific thing, and then people are being told that press it on David, he has to pick this one, or else, guys, this is why I know I've done, and my people have watched me. I just want to let you guys know too. My people have watched me very carefully. My language is very careful because I care about my audience. I care about my audience and I give a fuck. I give a fuck. I give a fuck. That's the difference. Now I'm angry a little bit. Now it's a little bit. Now you lit the fuse. Now you lit it. Okay? Now you lit it. At the end of the day, I'm going to repeat this again. I stated nothing. There was no soft shill, you motherfucker. There was no soft shill. And now I'm going to say this. I will do whatever I want with my brand. Bottom line, if you don't like it, you can suck on an apple and eat an apple. So you can go ahead and stay healthy. That's it. I will do as I wish. Hopefully you pick the right one. I don't know. Anyway, on that note, I'm not going to be triggered by a homeless person on a Friday. I'm going to go work out, and then I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. My brand, I do whatever I want. And at the end of the day, I'm leading a movement, and you're going to be sidelined, and your bitch ass is going to watch it. Go para-fucking-bolic on everything. Anything that I fucking go ahead and talk about, watch that shit. That's it. Done. Bottom line, I'm out.